Hey Stretford, Paddock. I've not been drinking, this is just my voice. I think we're gonna win 2-0 today. A goal from Rasmus and a pen from Bruno in Amorim's first home game versus Bodø and or Glimt. It's also Armand's first European game, so I'm hoping we don't let him down, else he'll be furious. Up the Reds.
4-0 Manchester United.
Back again, PMAT prediction against Glimt at Old Trafford. I'm foot Old Trafford game. I'm going for a win for United. Can't see anything much, so I'm going for 3-1 win United. Up the 8 and up the Paddock.
Hey, this is Sid from Sid on Street, and my prediction for the game between Manchester United and Bodø Glimt, which will also be the first game of Ruben Amorim at the Old Trafford. I think it will be a 2-1 win to United. It will be 1-1 for a long time. Then there would be a free kick opportunity for Bruno Fernandes and he'll fly it into the net. 2-1 United. Let's go.
Hello, welcome to Stretford, Paddock. This is the WatchAlong, Manchester United versus Bodø Glimt of Norway. I'm joined by Ronaldo Brown. How are you?
You're definitely trying to think of something punny down, isn't it?
No, I was trying. Do you know what I've become obsessed with? Scotty's here as well. How are you?
Yeah, right. Yeah, go on.
David Scott, of course.
Some would say you had a glint in your eye.
Very, very nice. So that word, glimt, right?
Yeah.
You can't help but put a P sound in there that's not actually there. You
Like
say,
Vimto.
Yeah, Vimto is the same thing. Glimpto. It fascinates me that. So I keep trying to say Bodø Glimt.
Is it Bodø or is it Glimt where they're from?
I don't know.
Where in Norway is
it's
it?
Bodø / Glimt.
Right.
Isn't it?
Yeah,
and I
it is
don't know
about
which one
Glimt.
we're playing tonight. Maybe you get to pick at the start. It's like a sort of set menu thing where at the top it'll be like set menu A / B. I don't know which one we've picked.
Do you make a pun with glimpse as well? Nah.
You,
I think it's a bit too far away.
You've done pretty well there. Thank you to everyone for sending in your pre-match predictions. It was good to see David Earl on there as well. I think that making his debut on the pre-match predictions, very good stuff. Obviously, as I've said before, big fan. Ronaldo, we've got the team. Should we just start by looking at the team?
Yeah. That's
Okay.
always a good place to start.
Let's go through this because we're still getting used to the old United. For some reason, whenever I look at these three at the back formations, my brain goes, there's 15 people there, it's a rugby lineup or something. It looks like there's so many people on there, doesn't it? Way more than when it's just like 4-2-3-1 whatever. So Onana in goal, standard. Mazraoui, De Ligt and Martinez starting, which I think is a big one as well for me. Again, no disrespect to Johnny Evans, but Martinez is our first choice, maybe first choice of all of our centre-backs, certainly in that left centre-back area. Malacia coming back for his first start in over 18 months. I think he's, 25 years old? He's 25 years old, and when he got injured, he was 23. Like, it's just been such a shocking time for him. So really good to see him back. Hopefully,
simulated seasons.
It's literally just skip to 24, 25. Bruno Fernandes and Ugarte in that sort of middle role there. Again, a departure from the centre mid partnership we had last time, which was Eriksen and Casemiro. Fernandes dropping in a little bit deeper. Anthony at right wing back. It's all popping off. Then we've got Mason Mount and Garnacho as our two 10s in behind Rasmus Højlund. Lots of changes from the team that started at the weekend. I think Martinez, Malacia, Fernandez's position is different. Ugarte, Anthony, Mount and Højlund all didn't start. Bruno did, but you know what I mean. 6 different changes to that starting lineup, Ronaldo. I'll start with you. What do you make of it and what stands out to you?
What stands out to me other than Anthony being wing back, which I don't think should be a massive surprise to many. That probably would be where he fits into the system. People were alluding to the fact that Anthony could have some sort of resurgence if he did attempt to play wing back and he gets some of his confidence back.
Yeah.
And it was also a situation where if he wasn't in the team today and he didn't start, you'd probably think that could be it really for his United career. Bruno Fernandes being in the double pivot is something that I'm very excited and interested to see because I actually did a Hear Me Out lineup. I don't know if you saw it.
I did see it. I'm going to bring it up.
Do you know what I mean? where I put Bruno in the 8 with Ugarte as something that I would have liked to have seen with Mainu being in an advanced area as one of the 10s. A lot of people called me a madman for putting Bruno there, saying he doesn't have the temperament, doesn't keep the ball well enough, he hoofs it too much. And I thought the way that Ruben Amorim kind of staggers his positions in the build-up, when I've looked into how he does play, I thought Bruno would have suited that position. Because when Amorim had Sporting, I know it's different, it's a different league, it might be a little bit tougher in the Premier League, he did play like a bit of a 10-ish, 8-ish type in that area, in Gonçalves. So I thought it would have been something that we could have seen against teams where we'd have more of the ball, we can be a little bit more adventurous with our lineup. And Amorim's gone for it today, so we get to see first time whether it will work out. And obviously Malacia left wing back after a long time out.
Yeah.
Garnacho gets a start again, and he's been in a little bit of a rough patch, but he must be training well. And Mount on the right, attacking midfield, is probably a position that he's more familiar with, even though he probably prefers it on the other side. But it's not a lineup you can be too despondent with.
Yeah. Scotty, your thoughts?
Yeah, very similar to Ronaldo, really. I mean, I was surprised seeing that Anthony start, but I think he's probably one of the only wingers that United have ever had that's better defensively than going forward. You know, he is a winger that knows how to track back, so you expect him to do what Amorim wants tonight. The Fernandes thing is interesting because, like Ronaldo, I said something similar after the Ipswich game, is that I would prefer to see Fernandes drop deeper if we are going to play 2 10s. There was a time under Ten Hag's darkest days where I think Fernandes was playing more of a sort of quarterback role.
Yeah.
And there's not many midfielders or many players in the team that have got the ability to hit a 40-50 yard pass like Fernandes has. And if you've got runners in like Garnacho and Mount tonight, it may be that we get a bit more creativity for him being further away from the centre forwards, ironically, than too close, because it is a bit congested around there when you've got the likes of Garnacho running off. It'd be interesting with how Mount starts tonight. Amorim's been really vocal about him since he joined the club, and it looks like he's going to be a player that he's pinning a lot of hopes on. Very good to see Malacia back. Martinez is a huge plus.
He's a big one, isn't he?
He is, because again passes from the back as well, with the greatest respect to De Ligt and Mazraoui, the good players, but they haven't got that passing in like Martinez has, and he's also like just a calibre of a leader and captain at the back there as well.
It's weird because it was only about 3 or 4 days ago I saw some tweets from some sources saying he's going to be out for 2 to 3 weeks with this sort of back injury, and then all of a sudden Amorim at his press conference was like, yeah, Martinez is fit. And it's like, well, I thought he was going to be out for 3 weeks. I was rethinking what was going to be the lineup and how we were going to build into this thing, and then all of a sudden, yeah, no, he's just fine. And there he is. So he must have maybe a knock or some issue going on. But hopefully he's at least fully, halfway or 3/4.
Where's your role, by the way?
Well, he spoke about this, didn't he, Ten Hag?
Has Lenny been?
I keep saying Ten
Leonard.
Hag, Amorim.
That's harsh. That's kind of dark. Sorry.
It was a little bit dark, wasn't it? A little. If you haven't read Of Mice and Men, you might not know that reference.
Yeah.
But hopefully it hasn't. He said because of his age and you want to make the right first impression. He had a rest day, I think it was yesterday, and he's not fully ready to go yet. He wants to make sure that when he comes in, it's the right time, and I respect that.
I think that's a right decision. I mean, in terms of where we are for starting positions, our defence is probably we're probably the strongest across the centre backs there in terms of that free. So there's no rush in bringing the kid back, especially if there's a risk of delaying him coming back on a permanent basis.
Yeah, and also, I mean, look at Xerxes, for instance. If Yoro, and I think the quality will show, but if he maybe gets outclassed physically in a certain matchup, let's say, I don't know, I know we're not playing Villa anytime soon, but let's say he has a tough time against an Ollie Watkins or similar type of player who likes to make runs and maybe pushes him over. All of a sudden, everyone is going, this is the kid that's meant to be the best centre-back in the world. And then if you have a bad couple of games after that, all of a sudden people are like, well, he's got to prove us right soon. Like, those first impressions are massive. And Xerxes only played like 10 times for Man United, and everyone's decided he's not even Premier League quality, let alone United quality. And he might be.
Do you also think there's a situation here where we've got probably 16 players that have all been kind of signed and implemented into the team to favour like Ten Hag's system, philosophy and tactics, over like £600 million spent, whatever it is, and then Amorim's come in who has completely different formations, tactics that might have profiles of players in the team that don't necessarily fit.
Yeah.
And he's obviously not got the benefit of having a transfer window.
Yeah.
It might just be a situation where there will be teething pains at the beginning, there will be growing pains, where he's just trying things. He's obviously gone for a different lineup, and I think he's probably just mixing and matching players, and he's probably using it as an opportunity to see how players perform in the obviously how he platforms them and wherever they're being played, and just trying to work out where everyone will fit in the future.
Yeah.
It's almost like using these games as a bit of a tester. I know we've got to win them, we've got to perform well, but I think he needs to kind of like, he's using it to see what players, as I've said in the previous game, will either sink or swim.
He did.
In his system.
He said, didn't he, that because of the how many games we've got, he's almost like one lot is going to train, and one lot is going to sort of learn. So you can, and then you take it in turns. Train in order to play, and the other one is going to, like, we can't recover and train and learn the new tactics and play twice a week. A human being can't do that. So basically, if you're playing one game, you're probably not going to play as much in the next one. And while you're not playing, you can learn about the system and the tactics and all that. Well, and vice versa. So it does make sense. He also needs to work out, like you said, Ronaldo. You're inheriting a squad that played a completely different shape. Certainly out of possession, I think. Maybe in possession there are more similarities. But different setup, wing backs, all this sort of stuff. You need to work out, like, what worked for Ten Hag might not work at all for you, and vice versa. What didn't work for him might work really well. So he needs to try everyone, even more so than most new managers coming in. I think him coming in and testing the likes of Anthony or Mazraoui in that position, or Luke Shaw back there like he did the other day, I think he definitely needs to do that. We've got that picture, that tweet that you put out, your little hear me out team here, Ronaldo. Let's go through this. Let's analyse this piece. So Onana in goal, Yoro, Martinez, Shaw, Mazraoui at right wing back, Fernandes, Ugarte, Mount at left wing back, Ahmad, Mainu and Højlund. Now this is Ronaldo's team. This is not the official side.
Thing, all right.
What do you like? Well, talk us through that.
So the whole point of a hear me out lineup is it's meant to not be like conventional. It's meant to be a bit unconventional. It's meant to be a little bit odd.
Taking some risks.
It's meant to be a little bit risky. It's not necessarily. It's funny because I've put that, but it might not necessarily be a lineup that I'd actually play if most games. Sure. It's just an edgy one that I'd like to see.
Engagement farming, is it? It's not even a lineup I like or
I don't
agree
with
with
any of that.
I think it's. I actually think.
Do you know what it is? I've put.
Bring it back up. Let's have a look.
So, a lot of the question marks and that is there's a lack of physicality in that team in terms of it's not a very big side. It's not necessarily quick either, which is a problem.
Yes.
So I'm dealing with the cards that have been dealt. But the thing is, why I've put Martinez central centre half, where people necessarily think you've got to be quite big.
Yeah.
Is people say he's not very good at his box defending. I think he actually is. He's just obviously his height means that he might struggle in the air, but I think he's actually decent defensively in the box. But in Amorim's system, the central centre half in the build-up kind of has to step into the midfield almost as a bit of a six. And I think he's the best option at doing that. I think when it comes to De Ligt in that position, De Ligt's shown that he's not really that good on the ball, especially compared to Martinez.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to see Bruno in the pivot. I think that was just something I wanted to see. I thought Mount as left wing back would be interesting because he's got good work rate off the ball.
Yeah.
He's energetic. And it gives you another attacking option once he goes forward. Obviously, Luke Shaw, left centre half, he's never fit, but if he is, I think he might be our best option there.
Yeah.
And then I've been dying to see Kobe Mainu in that advanced 10 area. If you think of all of Mainu's best moments for United, I think they've come in that exact spot there.
Yeah. The
Left,
goal against Wolves,
left,
goal against Liverpool.
Goal against Liverpool, goal against
City
Wolves,
in the final.
goal against City in the final.
Yeah.
His best bits of carrying, dribbling and technical play have all been in that advanced left kind of half space in the 10. And I think he'd actually be pretty decent there. Yeah. Obviously, you might lack a little bit of pace because you've got Ahmad on the other side in the 10. But I just think that lineup would be quite interesting.
I agree with that. The thing with Ahmad and Mainu there in that lineup is that they're probably our best players with little space around them in terms of close ball control. You know, which I think both of them players are going to need in that double 10.
Yeah.
I agree with a lot of that. I think Mount's work rate down the left would be great with Luke Shaw. What's your thinking with Marcus Rashford in this then?
Just doesn't exist.
Is that him gone?
I don't know, man. I thought Rashford couldn't have had some sort of revival under Amorim, but I just really didn't like how he performed against Ipswich up front.
You weren't impressed with the 13 touches?
Nah, it was more not that. It was just, I know I've been saying it for ages. I just didn't like how his whole demeanour and like the energy he showed. He looked like he scored in the first minute, and then the rest of it he was disinterested. I know, and there was a couple of instances where he made decent movements, so I kind of actually didn't find him in fairness. But I don't know. I think when you're a 9 in that system, I think you got to show more.
You've got to make him run constantly.
For me, if I was playing and I've had a bit of a bad spell, didn't really like Tanago, whatever it might be. I'm just making up a scenario. And then if a new manager comes in, usually the reason why you get a new manager bounce is because the players usually become a little bit more revigorated almost.
Yep.
And they're almost like desperate to impress the manager.
Yeah.
He didn't seem like I don't know. He just didn't look arse to me. I don't think he's played well enough to be in a lineup. Is my thing.
Just quickly on that Ronaldo's lineup.
Yeah.
What I will say about it is, I think as a team, I sort of worry about, like you said, some of the physicality. I think there's not enough pace in that team. But I do think, if we can bring it back up, Ethan, I think that every single one of those players can play in the position you've put them in at some point, but maybe just with other people around them, if you know what I mean. But I think Mount at left wing back is a good idea. I think I'd like to see Mainu in the 10. I think we're going to see Bruno in that deeper role today, which is when you posted this, that hadn't been, we didn't know that. And I like everything we're seeing there. I just think you might need a bit more pace in there or a bit more size in there maybe. But yeah,
and you know what?
I think it's pretty
and
exciting.
if you look at that lineup here, right? Another thing that I find really, really intriguing about it is it's so interchangeable for me. So you've got literally from Bruno, Ahmad, Mainu, Mount, Mazraoui. You could literally rotate those four. Those 1, 2, 3. Is that 4 or 5 players?
5.
Those 5 players could rotate positions in that.
Yeah.
So I think the interchangeability of it is what also intrigues me, because you could go Mount could swap with Mainu could swap with Bruno, Ahmad could swap with Maz, and then Maz goes to the other side, and then Mount goes into the 10. I don't know, I think it's the rotations I was seeing as well.
I like it. If we could bring up back the real lineup in case anyone's clicked on, seen that, thought, well, that's weird. Euro's playing, and this is the actual lineup for tonight, which is obviously quite different, but there are some similarities in there. Namely, Bruno slightly deeper, Mazraoui at centre back again. Got a couple of super chats. Tom Hutton says Amorim seems to like skewing the wing backs. One defensive and one more attacking. We've seen that. We saw that at the weekend with Dallo, a traditional sort of fullback at left back, and Ahmad, a winger at right back. Now we've got the same, a fullback in Malacia at left wing back and a winger in Anthony at right wing back. Let's just talk about those two players, Anthony and Ahmad. And I think it's important to sort of talk about personally. And I know that maybe Anthony will think this, or I don't know if Ahmad will think this. He seems to be a little bit more level-headed and maybe a bit more intelligent than Anthony is, on the pitch anyway. But I think people might look at that and think it's a bit of a downgrade or a diss almost to those two, that they've been chosen to drop back into defence rather than staying as forwards, or Rashford's been pushed into that number 9 role. But actually, I think it's a massive compliment to those two players, Ahmad in particular, because I don't know how much Anthony will actually get played, that they are the ones trusted to play this specialist role. For me, I think, like, looking at their numbers, so these are Ahmad's defensive numbers in the last 12 months compared to other players as wingers, obviously, but he has been a winger until now in the top 5 leagues. So his tackles are in the top 2%. Anthony's tackles are in the top 1%. The tackles in the mid-third and in the attacking third, both in the top 1% for both of them. Dribblers tackled, Anthony's is 99%, Ahmad's is 91%. Tackles plus interceptions, so both of those stats together, Ahmad's is in the top 4%, Anthony's is in the top 1%. Like, these players put the work in defensively. And obviously, there's loads of stuff going on with Anthony. I know he's people don't like him, but it makes sense why they have been put in those positions. Now, if you compare them to Garnacho, for instance, the same stats, tackles bottom 28% now. his number of dribblers tackled, bottom 19%. Tackles and interceptions, bottom 44%. It makes sense why they've done that, but I think that's a credit to Anthony and Ahmad in particular, rather than like, you can go and play defence now. I think that the specialists in that position will get a lot of credit and praise from Amorim, rather than being like, you're just a defender.
Yeah, I think so. And the thing is, about Anthony getting picked ahead of like a Rashford or a Garnacho down that wing, it isn't a discredit to him. It's because he can do that role. But also, it's the only role he can do. Like, Amorim's made it clear that this is how he's going to be able to play football. So it's up to Anthony to prove whether he can do that, what Ruben wants, or if he doesn't, then, you know, he's off next summer if he can find anyone to buy him. And again, a credit to Ahmad, who isn't seen as much of a defensive player.
No.
But I can't see too many players on in United's books that have the sort of resolve and steel that he does. When, you know, he's not the biggest, he's not got the physicality of some other players, never pulls out of a tackle.
No.
But you compare that to the likes of Garnacho or a Rashford. I don't need to see the statistics of Rashford for tracking back. I know it ain't as good as Ahmad's or Anthony's. Despite people's opinion of Anthony, and that includes my own. So you understand why they're getting picked there. It's not a discredit. It's because they can do the role that Amorim wants. Whether they can do it to an ability that maintains their position in the team or at the club, in the case of Anthony, is yet to be seen.
Yeah, what do you make of it, Ronaldo? Those two players, and their, even if it's just shorter term for one or both of them, the fact that they're playing there, do you think Amorim will see them as a real asset because they can do that?
Yeah, of course, because that's one element I've always said, especially about Ahmad. I thought Ahmad's defensive contribution was probably the best out of the wingers, even playing as a conventional winger. Thought he worked the hardest, and people say the same about Anthony.
Yeah.
But do you know what's interesting? When I think about Anthony and Garnacho and Rashford when they play as wide men, I think Anthony works harder than those two. But I did see periods of time where they would be a little bit lackadaisical in terms of their tracking back and their work rate. I think sometimes people overstate the defensive work rate and contribution of Garnacho and Anthony at times. I know Rashford's one is probably the worst out of all the forwards. But as for Ahmad, I thought for someone that was such a technical player and he's got that type of close control and ability that not much of the other wingers have, I thought he worked the hardest in terms of his defence, and you can see that through his duels, and he's actually pretty good in the air, interestingly enough.
Yeah, weird
as well.
He's got a weird a little
spring
like
in
a little
it.
fling. Like he's tiny and it just goes dong, and he's in the air above fullbacks and centre backs. He did it twice in like 2 games earlier in the season, didn't he? That weird.
That header that he scored, and he seems to like stay in the air like
it's
Michael
weird.
Jordan.
It's a bit odd to watch because he's got no muscle on him. He's not someone that you think is generating loads of power, but he just sort of like flicks off the ground like it's a magnet or something. It's bizarre.
I think it's a benefit from him. He's very unassuming as a player.
Yeah, he is.
You know, like whereas you look at the Garnacho, you can sort of see the flash and the speed of him and stuff like that. I think Ahmad, because of his sort of demure style, I think he takes a lot of people by surprise, and then like pulls like tricks out the bag.
And he's also got that thing where, because he's small, it's like his shirt's a bit too long for him. It's like halfway down his hand, and he looks quite young because of his size. But he's grown into a really good player, and I think especially in this system, it seems like he could play number 10. We know that Amorim already considers him an option at wing back, so he all of a sudden he's gone from someone that, you know, over Garnacho and Rashford with the politics and the excitement around those players, you're going to struggle. Now, there's like 3 positions on the pitch he can play in, either 10 or that right wing back spot. He's gone from having 1 or 0 places to having 3, and more than Anthony or more than Garnacho and Rashford has. It's bizarre how just a little change in system, all of a sudden he's United's most, I don't know if it'll work out that way, but on paper at least, our most versatile and crucial player almost in the attacking sense. It's bizarre. Jason McAvoy, good question actually. Super chat. What time are Newcastle playing tonight, Ethan? Oh, they play Saturday, do they? That's interesting. I'm sure they were in Europe last season. Anyway, where did you finish last year? 7th. You should be in the Europa. Why are you not in it? Oh, because we won the FA Cup and kicked you out of it. Very good point, Ethan. Thank you. Jack, with a super chat. Saw you in the train station earlier, Joe. Those leopard print shoes are a big vibe.
Oh, wow. Can't you believe?
Fucking hell.
Nope. There you go.
Bloody hell. Oh, my hips all going mad. Just a pair of wallabies in that, but you got to get the little leopard prints out occasionally. Have you seen, we spoke about this a little bit before, have you seen the Bodø Glimt fans walking around? They're all massive, aren't they? They've got a proper they're all blonde and like 6'2", and there's like loads of, I don't know. It didn't feel like a football fan crowd coming down, did it?
It looks like they're going to a concert.
Yeah.
Or
rock concert.
Like a rock concert or a...
But gentle rock.
Right. Okay.
Or like some sort of like Christmas pantomime.
Yeah.
With the
it's
family.
very family, very sort of friendly. Like, because he obviously working in the centre of Manchester, near the train station-ish as well. So you see people coming in or from the airport coming in through the train station. So we'll often see opposition fans, whether it's City playing them or United. And these are by far the most kind of like calm and just sort of looking around at the City fans I think I've ever
Very
seen.
cultured, we say.
I don't know what it is. I don't know, just everything. We sort of secretly are slightly scared and in love with Scandinavia, I think, generally. I don't know, it's just a bit odd. They're all walking around and all blonde and smiling and all friendly. I thought, this isn't like what it was like even just FC20 the other night. Everyone kicking off in the bars and stuff. Yeah. And then now all I'm seeing is graffiti about how to reform the education system.
Because you're saying how big the United fan base is there, so they probably have a lot of...
yeah.
Don't know, they just look happy to be here, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Very nice. Chris Jones has gifted 1 Stretford Paddock membership. Thank you very much. John B... with the super chat just says all war is magic, which is the Steez slogan that I came up with for him. There you go. Mason Mount, again, the squad is full of players who have to prove themselves. There's of the names on this list, including the subs, there's probably about 10 of them who, if they have a bad end to the year, this could be the end of their United career, which is just the state we're in. But Mason Mount in particular costs a lot of money. As it turned out, and we didn't know this at the time, didn't really get anything for that money. We could have got him for free at the end of the summer, but we didn't know that when we bought him. He's now in his second season, has had more injury issues this year, but now maybe could be coming into a place where there was always going to be problems about him and Bruno playing, but now we've got 2 10s and wing backs and number 8. Scotty, do you think now can be the time for him to sort of actually make his mark on the first team?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, it's all down to his fitness, isn't it, really? I think if we look at the player that was at his peak during his best Chelsea years, then, yeah, we should hopefully have a player there. But again, it's that down to his fitness. The signing was an odd one, and I think me and Ronaldo and you, Joe, spoke about this enough times, because Bruno was there and he wasn't too sure why we were spending that amount of money on a player that we didn't need for a position that we'd already filled. Yeah. You look at the bigger picture, Mason Mount 25, 26?
Yeah.
Bruno 30 this year, 31 next year. So you look maybe about how long's Bruno's duration. But Amorim spoke very fondly of Mason Mount. Obviously Ten Hag like Mason Mount. Might be seeing stuff in training or have a plan down the line as to what he can do at Old Trafford. But we just have to write off last season. It felt like a waste of money. It was a signing that nobody wanted and nobody couldn't understand why we did it. But now it's like a clean slate, new manager, spoke fondly on him. So he's got to stay fit and then prove in that position. But them number 10 positions now, for me, are up for grabs for anyone. I think there's like 6 players that you could probably put in there.
Yeah. I mean, you put Maine obviously in there in your kind of lineup you'd like to see. Obviously Bruno, Mount, Ahmad's another option in there. We've seen Garnacho and Rashford play there already. Xerxes another one. So they're the ones that you kind of trying to prove to the manager you can do. Do you see a way that Mason Mount has a future at United?
Of course. We know the big investment that he was. It's very difficult to cut ties, especially when generally the biggest issue with him has been availability, and it's not like he's stanked the place out since he's arrived with performances. It's just the fact that we haven't seen him perform enough in terms of playing. So I think Mount's one of those that's probably going to have a longer leash than a couple other big signings because of the fact that he's still a relatively young age. Yeah, he's got a bit of Premier League pedigree from Chelsea.
25, by the way. So you're right, but it's the younger end. Yeah,
there's a manager that's came in that plays a system that might actually have a couple of positions that suit him, which might help as well. And I think it's just a situation now where it's a big 12 months for him, 12 to 18 months, where he's got to show his worth now. Because I'm not sure how long he got contractually. How long has he got left?
I'll have a look.
Because now it's not even just him performing, whether he's staying and not sold, but it's whether he's actually going to be in line for a contract renewal. Because right at this moment in time, it can't really be justified. So we'll have to see how he performs.
Yeah, it's an initial 5-year with an optional 6th year, which would take him up to 2028, I believe.
Okay, so he's got
plenty of time left. Yeah. 20. I think it can go up to 2029 because we signed him in July 23. So 5 years is 28 plus the optional sixth. So plenty of time left. But he is 25, which is very much at the younger end of your peak, isn't it? He's coming into his peak, but he's still got 3-4 years hopefully before he gets to top gear. Just got to hope he's not someone that peaked at 22 and we're kind of going after that ever since. The thing that's so mad to me, looking at even when he was from playing at Vitesse in 2017-18 on loan, Derby on loan, and then those first 3 seasons at Chelsea, he played 40 games for Vitesse, 44 for Derby, 53 for Chelsea in the Premier League, 54 for Chelsea in the Premier League, 53 for Chelsea in the Premier League. And then it was 35 this season before we got him. He had that sort of one injury or a couple of injuries, but not much. And then last 2 seasons, he got 20 appearances for United last season, but most of those were off the bench. He went from being like Bruno Fernandes levels of reliable to can't stay fit at all. So I'm hopeful that's not just going to be him for the rest of his career. Hijinks Pizza says Malacia is alive.
I just literally remembered great prep for a WatchAlong that.
What?
I'm not eating since like 2:00.
Have you not?
Nah.
Why not?
I forgot.
Can someone squeeze some ketchup into Ronnie's water, please? Just to give him a bit of pep.
A bit of salt.
People guessing.
Or I can have someone go in my wallet and get me like a chocolate bar.
Chocolate bar. I don't know. About that. There might be something in the back actually that someone can grab for you. Tasty glass of water. Not quite a full pint.
This water tastes very strange, by the way.
Yeah, we shouldn't have stolen it, should you? You know they're not our waters when you grabbed it.
I didn't know you was a grass.
Well, yeah, no one's watching it.
You're a grass.
Yeah.
You just grassed me up to however many people are watching.
Yeah, but no one knows where you've stolen it from or where we are.
No, but I follow the 10 Commandments.
Well, you don't. Don't make it act like me.
I like to give the impression I follow the 10 Commandments.
I have a public persona that follows the 10 Commandments. It's only a bottle of water. They cost about 8p. Don't worry about it. Bren says Bodø Glimt are going to get bum nutted off United tonight.
Nice.
It's not a word you hear very often, is it? I don't know if I've ever heard it.
Going to get Bodø Glimt. What?
Absolutely Bodø Glimt last night. I can't believe it. Mad Jack 92 says, evening gents. I just want to ask what's happening with Yoro and is he still injured? We mentioned it before. I don't know if you missed that or if we spoke about it afterwards, but just to recap, Amorim said that he's given him a little bit longer to come back because he wants to make sure that his first impression is him at full fitness rather than not quite there, so he's just taking a bit of extra time with him. Chris Jones, can we take a minute to laugh at City, please? Should we talk about that? Quiz question for everyone at home and people in the audience, people sat with me. When is the last time Manchester United lost
a game show.
5 games in a row?
It was 1930, I think.
Oh,
I honestly can't remember any
league games.
No, all comps.
I can't remember any.
Might be 1975, Dave Sexton.
Okay. I can't remember any point in my lifetime where we've lost 5 games in a row.
Well,
but he snapped that streak, didn't he, with the draw?
I wouldn't say they snapped it. I'd say they bent it. Yes, they did stop losing, but they didn't win.
They did snap it.
Yeah, but snap feels too emphatic when they didn't actually win the game. But yes, they did.
The streaks ended.
The streak was snapped. You're right. According to Jay Motty's research, it's 1940 was the last time United lost 5 games in a row.
1940,
which is during the Second World War.
Yeah,
and I think one of those games was in something called like the War Cup. Like
the War Cup.
This was like basically
the imagination
in
barrier.
Footballing terms, a lifetime ago. I mean, even in just normal terms, that's a lifetime ago, isn't it? What is it? 84 years ago. Like, that's incredible that this Man City side under Pep Guardiola could lose 5 games in a row, isn't it?
It's incredible. It's amusing, and I think it showcases Pep for his inability to get the best out of a team when he hasn't got his best players available. And it's something that United fans and other fans of other clubs than Man City have said for a while, because Pep has had, like, what do they call it, a prince's ransom of players available at Bayern Munich, at Barcelona. He had like pretty much the cream of the crop across Europe. Yeah. Man City as well, he walked into a team there. And now he's struggling because he's got like aging players, he's got players that are injured.
Yeah.
And that's when the greatest of managers come out to sort of perform, when you get the best out of your players, when you haven't got what's available. You look at the titles that Ferguson won, or Mourinho at Porto, Ferguson at Aberdeen. Could have Pep Guardiola do that? No, he couldn't.
No. I think it's hard to know what would happen in a scenario that we don't know about, because maybe he would rejig things, and if he knew that was the task, then he'd do it. But what we're seeing right now is he can't. And there was this point last season where Rodri was suspended for 3 games. They lost all 3 games.
Yeah.
Like, it is interesting. Pep Guardiola, at the start of every single season since he became a manager, has had the best squad in the league that he was managing in. Like, part of that is because he picked his clubs well, and he went to Bayern, and maybe he had other options, and he went to City when they'd won 2 of the last 4 titles, and they had all this money, and he happened to have this not even generational, all-time team at Barcelona as well. But every single year that Pep has managed, he has had the best team in the division. Like, that is an incredible position to base your career off of. And with that, he's done incredible record-breaking,
he's optimised
exceptional
it,
things.
do you know what I mean?
Absolutely
Which is a
optimised
talent in itself.
Which is an incredible talent.
Yeah.
And there are many managers, and maybe all of the managers who are currently managing probably wouldn't have been able to do what he did with those teams anyway. So I'm not trying to diss him as a manager, but there's a big difference between that and taking teams that don't win things, that aren't particularly good, and making them the best and keeping them there. That is a harder task for me than taking over the best team in that country and keeping them the best. It's very hard, and it's done very well, but there's always going to be that gap between him and the sort of the top greatest, and which for me is obviously Sir Alex Ferguson.
Yeah, I mean, Pep Guardiola has fulfilled expectations at every club that he's been at, I think. Whereas I think the likes of Ferguson in certain calibre has exceeded expectations. And if you, again, with Mourinho at Porto, I'd even go as far as to saying Ranieri with Leicester is beyond Man City winning the league.
Well, that's the maddest thing that's ever happened, isn't it, really? Leicester winning the league is so... It's like...
It's the last romantic thing that happened in football, I'd say.
I can't believe I got to see that happen. It's incredible that happened, isn't it? It's absolutely unbelievable. The thing of Pep with it scratching his own face off is genuinely quite bizarre, isn't it?
Isn't that half the reason he is in this conversation of being one of the best managers and coaches of all time? Is the fact that he's quite clearly blatantly unhinged.
But are all the other top managers of all time?
I don't want to be obviously not to be all based in his sort of way, but I feel like quite often the people absolutely excel in their industry or whatever, they usually are a little bit off kilter. Yeah, because even you look at like Lionel Messi, and Cristiano Ronaldo, two of the best players of all time. Both of them are a little bit.
They're not the most kind of
they're a bit
run of the mill personalities. Are they?
They're a bit.
They're not normal.
Peculiar in their own ways.
And there has to be a bit of that.
And I think there's a bit of that. And then you've obviously Pep's similar, where I can't picture Pep having mates.
No. I can. People will want to be around him because of how good he is.
Yeah, but
I can't imagine him being...
He's a bit off kilter himself, innit? Yeah. And I don't know if that kind of helps. People say sometimes that adds to people's genius or whatever.
Yeah.
So him going through a bit of rough patch and scratching himself like that or whatever happened.
But the thing with that is there's obviously people who are a bit different and a bit odd and a bit unusual and very intense, and you got to have the talent and the mindset to deliver the message to be a great manager, and you've also got to have the work ethic to never stop doing it. That's hard to have both of those, and only very rarely do those people come along who've got both. But
because
I've never seen someone.
There's a word that I wanted to use, but I couldn't use it, John.
But also, we're not qualified to use it.
Yeah.
So all we can explain is what we see, which is someone that's clearly a bit unusual. But also, I've never seen someone that isn't a child or someone that's really struggling with their mental health literally scratch their own skin off because they're frustrated with something. So that's that is really quite odd, isn't it? Have you ever any mates that have done that when they're not off their tits, or it's like something. If your mate was like, I did crack last night, I shouldn't have done it, and then you see him in the covered in scratches, that kind of makes sense.
Exactly. So
what's he doing?
All right. So to boomerang this to United,
go on then.
That's a weird term. I feel like seeing Dylan White meme. Then that's a weird analogy.
To boomerang this to United.
Boomerang this to United kind of works. Is it annoying that the one time that City and Pep have completely faltered and look like they're having a season off, that United aren't there to take advantage?
So annoying.
That's
who is there?
I know.
Oh, our even bigger rivals. Cool. Like, you've got to put up with the fact that our biggest rivals have been the best team in the league for 10 years, except the team that is now there to come and take over are even more hated and an even bigger rivalry. Why couldn't it have just been like Villa
why should it
that
be
were dead
Liverpool
good?
that take advantage?
It doesn't even make sense. Why couldn't it be fucking like Newcastle or Villa or someone I don't care about? Why does it have to be the two best teams for the last 10 years have been the two biggest rivals of Man United? It is perfect karma for how good we were in it.
I mean, we should probably be scratching our face more at this, suggestion that Liverpool could get. Is it 20 titles they could get?
Yeah, equal United.
That's what's pathetic by Man City. At least on our watch, we never let Liverpool win any league title.
No, we didn't. We knew what was right.
We knew the mission.
They just can't do it, can they, at all? Actually. Oh, no, sorry, we've read that one already. Fair enough. We've got 15 minutes till kick-off. Sorry, Ronaldo. 17 minutes till kick-off. It doesn't let me get away with rounding errors.
I'd say 18. They usually start 1 minute after, don't they?
That's true. Yeah, interesting. Get some score predictions in. We'll go through our score predictions. How's this game going to go? Not just score prediction, but how's it going to look? Who's going to score? Are United going to control the game? What are we going to see? Ronaldo, I'll start with you on the panel here. What's the game going to look like tonight?
I think it's going to be quite an even affair. I've heard, I'm not sure if Bodø Glimt have exactly done it, but we've not mentioned it so far, but they have a title deciding.
Well, they've made 5 changes from their last lineup, so they've have rotated a little bit.
We are playing against a Bodø Glimt side that have turned up with their semi-ish B team because they have a huge game on the weekend.
Yeah.
So that should favour us, but I think it's been equalised by the fact that United are playing a couple of mismatched lineups.
Yeah.
Trying to learn a new system with players that are trying to learn new things. So I think it will be relatively even. But Bodø Glimt with their strongest team will give us a really, really tough game tonight. Even with our strongest, they're currently the best side in Norway. I think they beat Porto a couple of games ago, didn't they? As well, who beat us. So
who drew with us? Yeah,
who drew with us? But they're no mugs. Oh, I keep thinking about that Maguire equaliser.
I know. It felt like a loss. That's why.
Yeah, it felt like a loss. But Bodø Glimt aren't mugs. So I'm thinking United will get over the line.
Bodø Glimt beat him with 10 men, by the way.
Yes, in the end, but I think it won't be smooth sailing because I'm expecting there to be a bit of growing pains and teething pains anyway with these first few games under Amorim.
Yeah, I like that point you made about Bodø Glimt, and I say this a lot, but I think people either willfully want to pretend it's not the case to criticise United, especially here on the radio where you play a game like this in the Europa League or in the Champions League, even a smaller team, they really give you a hard time and people act as though you should have absolutely battered them. But you think, we're a United side that has got no confidence, we don't know the system yet, we are someone that is sort of struggling to win matches just generally. We're really sort of down on our luck, but we've got quite good players. Bodø Glimt maybe have got slightly lesser players, but they've got tons of confidence, the top of the league. Yeah. They know their system inside and out. And their system, by the way, which could be just as tactically astute as ours is going to be, like just because it's a smaller league doesn't mean the coaches don't have very good tactics.
They're more familiar.
They're completely familiar with it.
There's another element.
Go on.
It's the same as always United have always had to contend with. And I think what Old Trafford used to be for United in the past was a bit of a cauldron that rival teams or smaller teams especially would come to and almost feel like they've lost already mentally.
Yeah.
Before they've walked out onto the pitch and the dugout used to be a bit overwhelmed, and it used to have that little bit of pessimism about themselves. So that's why we'd be unbelievable at Old Trafford, and I think we'd wipe the floor with teams there.
Yeah.
But what's happened over the last few years is there's the same element of it being a big occasion for away teams, and and they almost treating it like as a shop window, almost like a World Cup final. Yeah. So they put that extra 5% in, especially with European teams that are on a big day out. But also they know that United are a little bit more vulnerable as well. Yeah. So I think teams now take it as an opportunity to get a scalp.
Yeah.
And that's what can help that can occasionally catch
And
us out as
also,
well.
sort of inverse or conversely to that, whatever the right word is, United know the same thing as well. We know that we're beatable at home. We know that we don't quite have that sort of formidable, I hate the word fortress thing, but like as much as they know that we can be beaten, we know we can be beaten because we've been beaten loads. So these players aren't thick. That when it starts, oh God, it's happening again. You can see it in them. You can see it happen.
I've never seen a team look so nervous as when United have just scored.
Yeah.
Do you know, especially in Europe, and just to echo what Ronaldo said there, is that teams like Bodø, Glimt, or we go back to like Salzburg or whoever, Legia Warsaw from years ago.
Copenhagen last season.
Copenhagen. Yeah, like, but when teams used to come... the point I was trying to make is when teams came to United in the past, they came for the occasion. But then you have the likes of Copenhagen, and now it's like Man United are a wounded animal. They're coming for points. They're not coming for the megastore, for the day out. You know, them 150 Norwegians that have been walking up and down Market Street looking like Thor and Co. They're going, that's a great name for a store. Where they're coming because they want their team to win tonight.
And they think they can win.
And they've got every reason to think they can do. But also the flip side is this is a Manchester United team that's been managed by Ruben Amorim. That's got new plans. There's players in the starting 11 tonight that I think want to make a mark on their position. Malassi has come back after a long break. He'll want to, he'll be revitalised. Be interesting to see what version of Anthony's going to turn up. If he still wants a future at the club, there's loads of positivity there. If he can get his head down and produce something, Mason Mount in the number 10 role. So there's lots to sort of go at, and I think that compared to the game against Ipswich to tonight, Amorim's played Champions League football before or Europa League football, so I don't think this will be a sort of new thing for him going into to this night, whereas the Ipswich game might have been. And he also looked very, very sharp in his Paul Smith jumper tonight as well.
Yeah, he did a nice jumper.
Lovely jumper.
I like the look of that. I'd wear that. We've got a few score predictions, of course. Geordie Pilling says 6-0. A full-named Huggy says easy 3-0 win. Geordie Pilling then says, let's shave it. Oh, no. Let's have it, sorry. I said let's shave it, sorry. The S in let's next to have made me think he said let's shave it, sorry. Akash says Anthony will shine. David Ellingsworth, 4-1. Hoyland Brace, Mount, Garnacho. What else we got? Camilla Nyor Khan, 3-1 United. Seth Trollins, 2-1. Huge for them. Anthony and Hoyland for us. Probably the same as the Ipswich game. Expecting a massive change is unrealistic. That is Irakeshi. I agree with that. Hopefully we'll see. I think the one thing that I think we can implement more quickly than the exact positional stuff is how we approach the game after we score goals. Like you mentioned, we looked so nervous after we scored under Ten Hag. We did it again, I think, against Ipswich, where we scored that goal and then all of a sudden Ipswich had a lot of the ball in our half. Amorim came out and spoke about it straight after the game and said, we need to hold the ball better when we've scored a goal. Like, we can't just let them have it because we've scored. And I think that's something that if you're approaching the game differently, we were used to under Ten Hag to get the ball forward as quickly as you can, try and score within 8 seconds of winning it or whatever. Whereas if Amorim's saying slow down, pass it backwards, keep the ball, they can change that very quickly. I think. Hopefully we'll see that today.
That was the undoing of Ten Hag though for me. I mean, the fact that happened time and time again. How do you know? How many times has it got to happen before you eradicate that mistake?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's just...
But I think it got to the point where it seemed the only explanation was that he didn't think it was a mistake. And it's that the way they were implementing it was bad, but the things they were doing, I think it was what he wanted. I just don't think we had the quality to do them to the level that would ever have been successful, which is partly Ten Hag's fault and partly the people making Ten Hag's team for him's fault. But hopefully with Amorim's system, it doesn't necessarily rely on such technically gifted players in all areas, because if it is, we might be waiting
it's just an easy thing though, isn't it, Joe? Like just hold the ball.
It is an easy thing.
Just take 30 seconds and don't rush. That's pretty much it.
But if the manager's not telling you to do then you're sort of fighting an uphill battle, aren't you? And I don't know what Ten Hag was saying. Obviously I wasn't in the dressing room, but it felt as though that we just needed better players, and I don't think we were ever going to get that right personally. Got a few more score predictions. Ross Murphy says 3-0 Man United. That'd be great, wouldn't it? That would be great. Ross Murphy also says, on the plus side, if Liverpool do win the league, it just shows that Klopp wasn't really that special after all. That's good. Although they'll say that he sort of planted the seeds for Slot, won't they? That he chose the right part of the garden.
Or they'll say that
Klopp walked, so Slot ran or
they'll
something.
say Slot didn't have to deal with a prime Pepsi.
Yeah, I mean, there is that. in there. If City get 80 points this season, whoever wins the league, don't even count. Rafa D says, I'm going to be... it's going to be a hard watch seeing as their players want it 10 times more than us again. Yeah, I really hope that at some point we start to see the players look truly bothered. I think that's such a massive thing. I keep saying it, but the effort is just massive. So many times I watch this thing, are we even bothered? And I never think that about the team that we're playing against. That would make a big difference if everyone who played for United actually tried as hard as they could and just sprinted more. Yeah. That would make a big difference to how we look. Heaven Soul, 2-1 United, assist for Anthony, that'd be cool. Mr. Peter, 4-0 United, Garnacho, Ahmad, Bruno, Hoyland. Liam Westy, 3-1. Hage, I don't know what his name is, but a couple of people mentioned him for Bodo. Maz, Hoyland and Anthony. Have you given your prediction yet?
No. I'm going for 4-0 United.
Really?
Just why not?
He thinks it.
Yeah. 4-0 against Bodø, but I think Glimt will get 4 as well.
Yeah, so it'll be 4-0 and 4-4 in 2 different games. I don't know. Yeah, do you play Bodø in the first half and Glimt in the second half? Is that how it works? I think it is, isn't it? They've split their squad into 2. Liam Crawfield says 3-2? Question mark? I don't know. We'll have to find out. FBF1 Sports, 2-1, Mount Brace.
I'm going 2-1 as well.
Oh yeah, 2-1. Yeah, I think I'm going to go 2-1.
I keep thinking it's going to be a tight affair. But I think the thing, I believe the fact that they've got a big game on the weekend and they've rotated quite a few players and they might have half an hour and it might help us.
Yeah.
But Inter Milan played Arsenal the other day and beat them 1-0 with rotating their team because they had a big game against Napoli on the weekend and they still beat Arsenal. So
and then they got beat by Napoli, didn't they?
Did they?
Then Lukaku scored and then Napoli went top.
But also that's Inter Milan.
See, Juventus draw 0-0 again.
Are you joking?
I think they've drawn about 20 of their games. Now, I don't. Someone search it up. I'm pretty sure since Motta's been there, they've barely lost at all on the
They're
Thiago
undefeated
Motta,
in the league.
but they've just drawn so many
Played
games.
13, won 6, lost 1 6,
You can
drawn 7.
find Thiago Motta
Maybe
transfer
scored.
market and it should have, or even maybe on his Wikipedia, but Wikipedia can be a bit slow. It's just mad the amount of games that they draw. I think he's made them really good defensively, but they draw so many games, Juve.
Because that Bologna team he left though was quite attacking, wasn't it? The play that they were doing was quite revered over Europe, and that's what made him a highly sought after manager.
Yeah, they've lost. They did lose one in the Champions League.
Yeah,
but he's played 18, won 8, drawn 9, lost 1, which is mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Drawing more than you win is
So
usually a sign that you're mid-table.
So as a manager, you
mid-table,
can
actually,
go,
as a
I've
team.
played 18 games for you, but I've managed 18 games for you, only lost once, and I think it was a last-minute goal they conceded or something. But he's drawn 9.
You'd think they'd be top of the
Mate.
league if you heard that, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
They've not lost, and they're 6th in Serie A.
Yeah.
They're only 4 points off the top, but yeah, it's interesting. United, obviously, just looking at the Europa League table, I think we went up a little bit, didn't we, after the last one? We're currently in, let me go through this, 17th out of a possible 36. So the top 8, just to re-clarify, and in case anyone forgot, the top 8 go through automatically. The teams from 9th to 24th then go into a little playoff round to meet those teams from the top 8 in the round of 32, or the round of, whatever it be, round of 16. And from there it's a traditional quarter-final, semi-final, final.
Where are United in comparison to Bodø Glimt?
So we are currently 17th in the table. Bodø Glimt to 13th.
Right, okay.
So, but a win today will put United 2 points ahead of Glimt, up on 9 points. Unlikely, but currently United could go into that 8th place if every single result goes our way in the other results. It's not going to happen because we'd need, I think, basically 10, 9 teams ahead of us.
What's the difference in points then? Is it
so,
only 3 points?
Tottenham are currently in that 8th spot, that final automatic round of 16 spot on 9 points. United are on 6 points. So we're not a million miles away. We've still got 4 games left. 3 games left, sorry, it's 7 games, isn't it? So win those 3 games and we are almost certain to get automatic qualification.
We're going to go through, you'd think.
We're probably going to go through.
Lads. I need a Haribo or something.
Haribo. Have we got? Is there any little Skittles or something that Ronaldo could have potentially, please? He's got a little. He's not eating much.
Otherwise,
today.
I pass out.
He's fading.
I'm actually.
I noticed some
actually
like
fine, just not great.
nut bars out in the kitchen.
Can you get a little nut bar,
No.
please?
Nut bar.
Peanut sort of thing. Peanut butter.
Okay. Yeah, if that's okay, could someone? What would you like from the shop?
I don't know, like just
This is
a
your
bar,
opportunity now.
a chocolate bar, and I'll owe the person
Just
less
a
a
chocolate
pound
bar?
or something. Yeah.
Do you not want something a bit? We've got a full shop's worth
Substantial.
now. Yeah.
No,
What
no,
shop
no.
are we
Wait,
going?
is it on you?
Morrison's.
Is it on you, Joe? If it's on you, I'm gonna get lobster.
Morrison's lobster.
Can we get a pre-cooked lobster, please, from Tesco Express?
Yes.
That'd be great. Yeah. I'll put 50
Yeah, it's
pence towards it.
only
sure.
a small snack piece, something like that, like a bar.
A
or
little
something,
snack
bar
piece.
chocolate.
Oh, there's 8 games in the
Or
Europa
something.
League.
'Cause I think
group
Not
stage.
like
anything too foody
fruit
on
pastels or
this, it's
something
not
like
great
that.
optics. I don't think it's.
Or a Snickers.
Do you know what I
or
mean?
something like
Like
that.
a,
Do you want some money, Ethan?
I like this. It's
Some
a real,
sweets.
it's a real
Sure,
view
Ethan, yeah.
into the
Yeah.
watch-along world, isn't it? What have you gone for? Fruit
Like
pastels.
a Snickers or fruit pastels or something.
you
Well, yeah,
for
or like
chocolate bar?
like a Skittle or something. That would be good.
Just one skill.
I'm all right, thank you.
Yeah, like a Skittle chocolate bar piece or something.
Lovely.
Thank you.
The teams are out. Did we
Along
get to
that
hear
line,
that
got me an
iconic
eye.
Europa League music?
Either or. I'm not
Do we get to hear that?
Is it different, the Champions League and Europa League music?
Yeah, do you not know the Europa League music?
No.
We've been here long enough.
Well, yeah.
It's one of those
you
things.
switch
that
off after
it's
a while.
played at
don't
enough
you?
of the games you've watched.
Yeah.
You'll know it. You'll know it when
Yeah,
you hear
yeah.
it. Like one of those songs that you couldn't name, but you've been playing. It's played at the start of about 25 United games in the last 10 years, so you probably have heard
Yeah,
it.
we've lost most of them, so I've tried to like put them in the
Yeah, they don't exist
darkest
anymore.
parts of my memory.
That's a very good
What are you
point.
making of Højlund then?
I
Where
think
are we up to in terms of should he be doing better now? When can we actually start applying pressure to his
I
performance?
think we can now. I think people are. He's
His first touch isn't good.
it's not great. He's also got that thing of he's very easy to not pass to. Like if you're an attacker who's also probably going through a bit of bad form, like all of our attackers are, do I want to have a shot to try and build my confidence and my form back up, or do I have to pass to? Oh, actually, I don't have to pass to him. It's only Rasmus Højlund. I'll shoot. Like if that's Ronaldo in the middle, he gets a lot more
I'm
service
scoring.
than Højlund does. People don't think they have to pass to him. He's an easy person to not pass to. But at the same time, he does need to work on his movement, find his space in the box, timing his runs, not just trying to carry the centre-backs on his back. Try and spin and turn them and get away from him. Use your ability and your attributes to not have to fight centre-backs all the time. So he needs to do more, but I do think he's a little bit the victim of the players around him as well, definitely.
Do you think that it's a position that we'll probably look to replace or by
Yeah.
strengthening? What
Do
do you
you
reckon,
really?
Ronaldo?
100%. I think that's the problem. I think you could look at so many positions and think we need to probably get some sort of improvement on it. But now that the game's obviously come closer, nerves do kick in.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it'd be best off if we make these games, if we get points early, so that we're not kind of sweating to get through later in the later games. Because we've got quite a few more. Is there 8 group games?
Yeah, sorry, it's
So-
8, not 7. So we've still got
Yeah.
4 games, including today. So we're only
plenty of
halfway
time to
through.
get through, isn't there?
United could if we have a good run at the end, we'll comfortably make those top 8 spots. But we've got to do it at some point. We keep saying this, don't we? Especially in Europe.
But Amorim said, didn't he, in terms of like Højlund, like, do we need a striker? But he said the rest of the players need to start chipping in with goals, which is something we can all agree on, isn't it? Like we've not been getting enough goals from behind the strikers.
Yeah.
Malacia goal, you reckon?
Yeah.
He didn't really show himself to be that good going forward though in the games he did play. He definitely was more of a defensive fullback than anything else.
I think that's probably not too much of a bad thing, is it?
It's different nowadays, isn't it?
That's true.
Feels like
Also-
fullbacks.
Yeah. I must admit I'm a bit concerned for Malacia. I think if at full fitness, he was one of those players where you go, I don't know if he's quite good enough to be United's, like, probably not first choice, but is he good enough to play the role he had? If he's lost anything from this injury, I wonder what his level is now. Is he good enough even to be the backup? I hope he is.
And
I
I
hope
also
he's not lost much.
and I also know how like when you come back after a long time out, whether he might be a little bit nervous.
Yeah, as in like
anxious. Yeah, to do
about
well.
playing or about that knee or what?
To do well.
Yeah.
See,
Give the
first
ball
pass,
away
get a little
straight
bit. You know what I mean?
Oh my.
Yeah, well done. Swarmed well there, United, and won the ball back. Keep it, well done.
Go on.
Anthony on the ball. Good
Go on,
stuff.
Keep it.
Man on. Well done.
Win
Five
Sutton,
men
win
round
Sutton,
here.
win Sutton. Yeah, it was foul.
Oh, that looked like a foul. He tripped him. He literally looked like the centre of a sunflower, Anthony, there, didn't he? Just had 5 yellow.
He was good feet initially, but
Yeah. Oh! He's go on!
Kiddo.
Has it been given? Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be, hasn't it?
That was
Great play from Rasmus
What was
Højlund there.
there? Fuck it. Garnacho 1-0. Great play from Højlund.
Is
Great
he-
press.
Is he?
That was up.
I can't work
Is
out
he
what's just
disallowed it? Is he going to stop it for Højlund messing around with?
No, that wasn't a foul.
Great press from Højlund there. He deserves all the credit for that goal because he gets in, he pushes their keeper who messes it up, and then they have that big fight, and they're both on the floor and Garnacho sweeps in.
It felt like the keeper was wrestling him
It
to
looked
the
like
ground there.
Nine's
as well.
wrestling that, didn't it?
Bizarre.
That would have been a pen and would that have been a sending off as well?
It
'Cause
must have been.
He looked like he was trying to like
He
hold
just
on
gets
to
it
make sure.
completely wrong
He
here.
reads it
Yeah,
really
he
well,
reads
doesn't he,
it.
Højlund?
He reads it really well.
Looks
It's
like
too
he stops
physical,
him,
good
gets up.
slide
Yeah,
tackle, and then Garnacho with what can only be described as the
Easiest
easiest
goal he'll ever
goal
score.
he will ever score. Yeah, it's
That's definitely a
it's
penalty if he doesn't.
5
anyway.
yards out, completely open goal. Well done to Garnacho, but that's
Great
all.
press
That's
from
all
Højlund.
Højlund.
He
That
grabs
that's
him with
all
both hands here.
Højlund.
Look, watch. Get
Yeah,
on.
he does.
Okay, you see that's what I mean. That bit there, I'm looking at it.
If not,
Yeah.
But yeah,
Wow.
well done, Rasmus Højlund. Nice finish and good following up as well from Garnacho to be in
Yeah,
that position.
exactly. You got to give him credit for being there.
Yeah, you do. Absolutely. Brilliant. Yeah, 4 besters, I think what you were going to say there. 2 games, 2 goals in the first minute. Unbelievable.
Yeah,
Joshua
I
Owen
say,
says the same
2
thing.
fast starts.
Let's
Unbelievable.
not do what we did against Ipswich and just like turn off now.
Yeah, well, this is the test, isn't it?
Yeah.
Amazing. I mean, if you can, it's not going to happen every week, but if you can make a little bit of a habit of getting early goals, there's not much better you can do than that, really, is there?
No, I think the earliest goal we scored in the Ten Hag was like the 17th minute. I think.
I think
That's
it was,
what-
yeah.
I love that little rugby tackle down to the ground.
I
by
know,
the
yeah.
keeper.
To be
You would
fair,
do
he-
though, wouldn't you? You're like desperate.
Do you know what though? He's lucky that Garnacho's there because if he's not, we've got a penalty and they're
He's
down to
sent
10
off,
men
yeah.
after a minute. Like you might as well let him score. Conceding a goal is far less damaging than being down to 10 men statistically. You're much more likely to win from a goal down than you are from being down to 10 men, especially this early on.
Good set. On and again. Yeah,
United
good
pressing
counter
well,
press,
United.
Good counter press.
Mount is we forget, not forget, but
Yeah, but he's really
he's
good.
good at that against Brighton in particular. Do you remember that first half?
Yeah.
He was very good early in the season before he got injured. A lot of energy in this team. That's one thing. There's not a hell of a lot of top end pace, but in Ugarte, Mount, Anthony, Bruno, you've got real and Malacia even. You've got real work rate and energy
Yeah.
there, which is good. And I think in a lot of modern styles, that's just as important almost as top end pace. But yeah, that's
Ooh,
Malacia again.
yeah,
a couple of
losing
heavy
it,
ones.
bit nervy.
To be fair though,
Answers passes, it's good, man.
if you've not played football in 18 months, it's fair enough, isn't it? Can we just get one more volume, please? One more little click on it, thank you. That's a lovely
Great
pass
ball,
that from
that.
Delict out to Malacia. Good first touch as well. He's got a bit of
Well,
space here.
cross
Get
it.
the ball in. Go on then. Straight to the back post. It's too much on it.
It's not a bad
No.
ball. I was hoping there's a bit more whip on it. You know them ones where you're crossing it over here, but then
Yeah.
you can find the other wing back.
Yeah. Or they'll kind of roll along
This
the line.
is again when he would have blatantly got sent off.
Yeah.
Made a mistake and he was
It's a
like,
good
yeah, he
tackle as
was
well,
like,
you know.
you're not scoring.
Come here,
You're not
you.
scoring. Look at him. Look at that. I knew it. I saw it and I was like, what's he doing?
He was fuming when Garnacho steamed in then, Højlund.
Nah.
He was. He thought, because they've just stood up, I'm going to get to this first.
Amorim didn't seem to react.
He didn't in the Ipswich one either, did he?
No.
And then Arsenal fans said that he thinks he's Arteta because he's turned away from the camera. Did you see that?
Yeah.
They're just,
They're
just
so
sick,
jarring,
aren't
aren't
they?
they?
Yeah, they are. We've got over 3,000 people watching and only 400 likes. Hit the like button. Let's get to 1,000 likes. Go on,
press
Anthony,
again.
son.
well played.
There he goes. Keep it then.
Oof, nice feet.
Yeah, piss off. Good start. It's poor from Mazraoui. Everything's come down this side from United. Ugarte did well there, didn't he? Because he'd lost the... Oh, was it a foul? He did give a foul. Fair enough. Not a bad foul to give away. I was going to say, he just fouls him, he don't get the ball. Good start, this. It'd be nice, wouldn't it, if we just scored in the 90th second every game? Do you think we'd... Right, here's a question for you, Ronnie. Next season, Man United, I can guarantee, will score in the 90th second of every game they play. Where do we finish in the league and in the cups? Do we win the league with that kind of benefit?
I think because there will be some sort of stat that benefits. There'll be some sort of stat that's.
This is the bullshit that you.
There'll be some stats are heavily weighted towards the points people attain when they score first.
Yeah.
So if we score in the 90 seconds, if you tell me how often a team that scores first goes on to win or draw a game rather than lose it, I can kind of gauge. I reckon you finish at least second.
Yeah, I agree. I think we probably win the league. What do you think, Scotty? Guarantee
By scoring the first minute of every game next season.
I can guarantee we'll score in the 90th second every single game next year. Do we win the league? You're basically starting every game 1-0 up.
Yeah, well, that's like 40. How many goals would that be a season?
38 goals minimum.
How many do we score usually?
58.
Right, okay, so that's it. Yeah, so I reckon we probably finish top two.
Yeah, I agree. Go on then.
Go on.
Because we still probably lose 5-2 to City or whatever. But good defending that. Well done. It's got a free kick for it as well. Low head.
What do you think about those ones where people dip to header and then it's given as a high foot?
If they kick you in the head, I think it's a foul. If they don't, I think it's just as you were. Like, if your head's down there and someone boots it, like with any foul.
Yes, that'll be the same, yeah.
But if it's my foot is near it, because you don't even have to touch someone's face if your foot's high, do you? I think that shouldn't be a foul. But I think he actually got kicked there, didn't he? What do you think?
I think it shouldn't be a foul unless it's... Obviously, if you kick someone in the head, it's the same way as you said. You said it perfectly, as if you make contact with someone and not the ball.
Go on then, bit of build up. That's not a great pass. Well done, Anthony. He's already made 2 tackles, I think, Anthony. I'm on Anthony vision now.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be mad if he's just great? Him and Ahmad, just the 2 best wing backs in the Premier League. Actually, they're the only 2 wing backs in the Premier League, aren't they? Did
they still offer that on Sky? I've not watched it on Sky. Where you used to be able to just track a player.
No, they don't.
Remember when they used to do that?
Yeah, they did, and they'd have
watch one player the whole game.
Yeah, they don't do that anymore. That was the thing when the red button first sort of came in, wasn't it? So they wanted you to kind of show all these fun things they could do. But yeah, no, they don't do that anymore. Bodø Glimt.
They look energetic and spry.
Yeah.
I think they could cause a problem if we aren't switched on. There's still a lot of the game left to go.
The manager's got old school. He's got a pen and paper. I know that iPad business over there for Bodø Glimt.
I'd like us to get a second.
This is where my nerves are at. The longer we don't get a second, the more I reckon they'll get an equaliser.
Yeah. We've been conditioned into thinking that, haven't we?
Yeah.
Bruno just playing deeper, isn't he? It'll be interesting to see what his game's like tonight. Just holding the ball. I think we're gonna. Well, I hope that we do this. We said it before the game, didn't we? If we do get ahead, keeping the ball and not. It's a nice
just if it was a bit more on it.
Go on then, Højlund. Well done. See, that's good there. Just energy in the middle, won that back.
Well played, Mount. That was a great play. So it's all down this right-hand side, isn't it?
It's good though. Look, everyone's working hard, and it means that every pass that a Bodø Glimt player has to make is a bit difficult, and then it's not a great pass, and then the next pass is even more difficult, and eventually you win it back. It's really good. Just forcing them into difficult things, and eventually they'll make a mistake and you'll get it back.
someone responded to one of my tweets before. You just type in words for real, and I was like, I don't know. That's usually how you tweet.
That is Twitter, isn't it? Just typing words, isn't it? Well, what heard you said something that was a little bit frivolous.
I said like how Garnacho being like seemingly elevated to undroppable status over the past, basically the whole season. I think it's more of an, not on him, but more of an indictment on the other performances of the other forwards, mostly Rashford.
Yeah.
Where there's not really any like another option that's more justifiable. On that side, obviously you got Ahmad on the other side.
Oh, piss right off, son.
Well, you've fucked up now as well because he scored. So everyone's going to tell you that.
People on Twitter don't understand the concept of time.
No.
So like you make a tweet about what's happened previously, and then like then something happens an hour or two after you've tweeted.
Yeah.
When your tweet is in reference to what's been happening previous to the tweet.
Yeah.
And they're like, huh.
And also the fact that he tapped that ball in from 3 yards out means that he's had a great game. And I'm not saying
I know,
he's not really
but
been
that's
involved
exactly
so
what it
far.
was.
But yeah, you sort of have to think that it's been amazing. But
cheers, bro. Thank you.
Obviously not quite. Thank you, Ethan.
Thank you, Ethan.
Is that for everybody?
There's some little cookies there. Look what we got here. This is the Morrison's Bakers on Market Street milk chocolate 5-pack.
I probably won't have the whole bar because I'm not fat.
You're dieting. It's only a small bar. There's only about 220 calories in that.
That's a lot.
Nah, you can have 10 of them a day. Think of it that way. It's not a lot, is it? Go on then. Pull it back. Almost.
I'll
I
go
think
out.
that went out, didn't it? Not quite. Oh yeah, you've got that. Do it! Oh, I thought he was going to do his big thing.
Do it!
Do the thing!
Do the thing where you whip it.
Whip it!
And maybe good, maybe shit.
Well, you maybe shouldn't. So,
Right, some control possession.
very high. Look how high our centre backs are here. Like our deepest player right now is about 35 yards out from their goal. That's pretty mad, really, isn't it? That's all three of our centre backs, isn't it? It literally is. It's weird, that, isn't it? Because obviously, theoretically, they could have a man stood on the halfway line, which would still be on time. But teams don't tend to do that these days, do they? People, oh, that's a good pass, and that's a. Oh, come on, that pass there though is what Sporting used to do all the time. Straight through to the striker's feet, lay it off, and then people running behind. I like that we're seeing that. I saw that a couple of times in the Ipswich game where Hoyland had his back to the play. And instead of trying to fight the centre-back, he just immediately laid it back into the middle to Bruno. I think that's something that he's been taught and he's trying already. That's a good sign for me, that.
Yep. Just got to hold on to... Oh.
Thingy was great at that, probably before your time, but Mark Hughes' ability to sort of hold the ball and pass it on to people.
Yeah.
The press has been good, though.
Yeah, it has been really good. There's far fewer gaps as well, because the defence is pressed up so high. The distance between our defence and strikers is about 20 yards. So everything has to happen in there. And it means we can win the ball back because they have to be absolutely perfect.
And again.
Well done, Garnacho. Yeah.
Right, back out.
So Ethan's just shot an air rifle into a watermelon behind the camera there.
That's what it sounded like. That was a good
Won a teddy bear at the fair, hasn't it?
It was like a gas-powered air rifle. Little clip.
Pass it! That was on!
Don't pass it. Never pass.
He thought it was offside.
Oh my God. Bruno almost Giroud it in there.
Who was it that did it for United? Did Mkhitaryan do one of them as well?
Yeah.
It was Mkhitaryan, yeah. I've forgotten about that. He did it before Giroud as well, but the Giroud one was just slightly higher quality, wasn't it? What's that called? A scorpion kick?
That was in the Europa League, wasn't it, as well?
Why?
I've had quite a lot to eat today. What did I have for dinner? I had 3 curries and rice. Fantastic, actually. Go on. Good start from United, this.
To be fair, it is bulking season, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Everything other than 12 weeks a year is bulking season. If you listen to Mike O'Hearn, other than that he has been on steroids for 40 years and doesn't admit it, so should you ever...
Is it also like a scientific thing where you you benefit from actually being a little bit heavier and having more weight during the winter months?
Maybe. Go on, Garnacho's in. Pass. Well done. Mount! Go on, son! Oh! Do you know what was so nice there? Garnacho being in that
Great
position,
pick out by
pulling it back.
Garnacho, though, innit?
That was really good.
Looked up, pulled
Yeah.
back.
Accurate pass.
Decision.
Go on, Anthony.
Anthony.
Find a pass.
Oh,
Use you right though, man.
Well done. Bruno, go on. Oh,
You know, use.
this is good stuff from United. You know?
Anthony
This
has
is
the right foot
good
there to
stuff.
put it
Vanny,
We look quite
swing
good.
guy with your right, man.
Yeah. It's a good first
I'm
touch
enjoying
from
this.
Anthony, wasn't it? We actually look like we're the better team of the two teams we're watching. How
As
many
we
times
should.
have we said that in the last?
deservedly winning.
That's not something that we do.
There's a lot of good moves there. Garnacho passing.
Yeah.
Anthony, nice to get into the box, but how
Yeah.
bad is your right foot got to be that you don't take it on? And like, even if it doesn't require the greatest of crosses,
No.
Especially when you know people get onto you about it.
it's hitting the general like area.
You sort of
Yeah, you know.
You think he'd want to prove people wrong about it, wouldn't you? And yet he isn't keen on that right foot whatsoever, is he? It's almost like you expect him to take his boot off and it's just covered in like boils and sores.
It's not like a real leg.
Yeah, yeah. It's just an LCD screen with a leg on it. But it hurts him to kick it with his right foot or something, because he can't be as bad as you would think. Go on then,
Go on.
turn.
I want to see him go himself one time.
Nice.
Well done. Pull it back.
Nice,
Bruno.
Malacia, that was great.
Well done.
Sometimes when you're in
nice
a box
little
like that,
dummy
you can afford to take touches because
No one wants to tackle
they
you.
can't tackle you. He's not really wanting to play Mount that one in that
No.
De Bruyne position there, isn't it?
No. We're a good start this.
It is.
See, I'm glad we've already got the goal to kind of, because otherwise we'd start have that frustration building, wouldn't we? But at the minute we can kind of just be happy to keep the possession.
I'm sure you got it. How do you feel? Obviously, former gaffer.
I don't know. Ethan's trying to find his favourite mug at a car boot sale back there. What's happening? I like this one. Can I just... Oh, they're stuck together, those two. Are you trying to prize two mugs from each other there? Yeah. He is, actually. Right.
What, they're connected?
Yes. The great porcelain bond that binds us all. Who's that? Garnacho. Back to Bruno. Hits one. Whoop, bouncer. Ooh. Okay. Good start from United, though. Let's have a look at some of the stats. United 74% possession so far, which is not very United-like.
Following on from the second half against it,
Yeah.
which I know
That was 70% in that second half.
trying to get more.
Yeah, United 5 shots on target. Let's guess the expected goals on that Garnacho finish, by the way, because I know for a fact all three of us would score that 999 times out of 1,000. You probably 1,000 out of 1,000, Ronnie. Like that was.
Oh.
Oh.
What a finish!
Wow,
Oh my
How
god!
does this always happen? Genuinely, how does this always happen? It's 1-1, and we've
Fuck's
conceded
sake.
an absolute fucking banger. You just can't enjoy things, can you?
Why can't we have nice things?
We can't.
We're not allowed to have fun.
So just to go back to that,
We
Garnacho's
started
goal,
so well as well.
0.8 expected goals, which is more than a penalty, and their one that they've just scored 0.04% chance.
I mean,
of goal.
Onana could do absolutely nothing about
No, it's
Let's see
first time completely top
that.
corner.
Here we go. So let's have a look.
So what happens?
What
Malacia.
happened here?
Malacia.
Good.
So look, gives the ball away.
They just got the
It doesn't really
on
give
the
the ball away.
regain.
A little clearance. They
It
won
was this? It was a good ball. Back three's a little bit all over the place there. Martinez. Good little. It's good play as well, and that
Yeah.
finish.
Finish is perfect, isn't it?
People are gonna say Onana should have saved it.
Don't it go right in the top corner? He does something weird, Onana. I don't quite get what he does. Oh, he can't see it.
Can't see
That's
it
why.
as well. No.
He can't. He's got Martinez and their player right in front of him. I don't blame the keeper for that. That's a good finish. Surely not.
he's
Can we
wrapped.
just do something different?
He's wrapped that.
Yeah, he has.
Gee,
Proper whipped it in,
proper,
hasn't he?
like,
The most frustrating thing about that is I didn't see it coming.
No.
Because we were like, what is it, 74% possession? It didn't feel like games of the past where we've conceded.
No.
It was a little
Go
bit,
on,
that was
Rasmus.
against the run of play.
Yeah.
He's always wrestling, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
There were
Well done there.
There were a couple breakaways that they've had where they've looked like they could be a bit potentially dangerous, but other than that, I think we've been
But
better
like,
of it.
not that you aren't saying this, but that's what you give teams in this type of system,
In this
innit?
system,
You
yeah.
allow for that and know that most of the time that shot there, which was 0.04 xg, isn't going to go in.
Yeah.
But then, unfortunately, when you haven't got much luck or you're struggling or whatever, those shots that should never go in tend to go in more often, don't they?
Can I deal with that?
You've been out for 18
And I've been
months.
out.
Bang!
Let's get it in. Get that
We need
into
to not
ya.
lose our heads now because we were playing well, making chances, controlling the game. Let's keep doing that. It was working, wasn't it? Who are they playing?
Spurs 1-0 Roma.
Roma.
Is that Roma?
Yeah.
I don't know why. In my head, it wouldn't be Rom. It would be like RMA, maybe.
Oh, so it'd be Real Madrid instead.
Yeah, like obviously it can't be.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. United
Wide again.
just back to holding the ball again. United, they've got a bit of a press going now.
Good
See, that's
pass.
a good pass out wide. Yeah,
Cross it in. He won't know. Oh.
they will. Go on, Mason.
Oh, well
done.
played.
We don't cross the ball enough as well because this is what can happen. Like you can
Yeah.
cause
Yeah,
problems and
Well
confusion.
played. Get it, just whip it in first time there, Malacia.
well done. Go on, son. Good cross. No, it's
Ooh,
not.
that's
Terrible
nice.
cross. I thought it was good because he got it off the ground, but it was straight to the keeper on it.
Yeah.
But we're getting the ball in good areas though.
The press is as good as I've seen it at United
Yeah.
for a while.
Yeah, definitely. And there's
Didn't realize. Is day one happened yet?
of the
Yeah, it must have happened. Yeah.
test.
Yeah.
England, New Zealand. No, I
Yeah.
don't think so.
Oh, no. No.
Fucking
2-1.
hell, 2-1 just like
Malacia
that.
just got burned for pace there, didn't he?
Malacia,
No.
This is bloody ridiculous, isn't it?
Malacia,
This is ridiculous, isn't it?
Malacia got absolutely ridden
He
then.
did. It stopped being football watching
Malacia
United,
looked
didn't it?
knackered. They looked done about 10 metres in, didn't they?
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
yeah, he was nowhere near there, was he? Aping Owen just replied to that saying, "Malacia must cut hair." I don't think that's gonna. And maybe it was
Look
wind
at this,
resistance.
he actually starts ahead of him.
Yeah, it's bad that. I mean, the thing is,
He starts
the only thing that's cost us that goal is the fact that Malacia got absolutely skinned for pace because he gets in a good position, puts it through the keeper's legs, but your fullback is goal side and can't stay goal
Negged
side.
as well.
That's just not good, is it?
Oh, lads.
It's beyond sport, isn't it? Now watching United, it's not just a case of like your lot try and our lot try, and then whoever's better wins. It's become something far more satanic and like
Sinister,
unpredictable.
yeah.
It's a horror story, isn't it? Watching United,
Yeah,
it's horrendous.
I think
It's just filled with sadness.
Yeah, it don't feel real. It don't feel like, I don't know. It's like a storyline is happening in front of you rather than sport is happening in front of you. You don't feel like we're watching sport.
it is a bit like amateur dramatic, isn't it? You know, like
Yeah, it's like WWE or something. Like this must be the work of writers, what we've seen over the last sort of 10 years.
Still win this though.
Yeah, we should do. So what happens here? Big
look
boot
at his
ball
good
over
ball.
the
great
top.
ball, but he shouldn't be getting beat there.
Fucking hell, running in treacle there.
Yeah, that was like me. Fair, it's his first game back in it, but
Nah. To be fair, he's always been a backup at most.
yeah, but
For
he
me.
wasn't a slow backup.
I don't think he was ever that quick.
No, but that's mad. That's like
That looked a
what
bit
people
sluggish.
thought Johnny Evans would look like week in, week out when he signed for us, wasn't it? Like an old man.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
No offense to him, but not that Johnny Evans did end up looking like that. But do you know what I mean? Like that's fucking hell.
You know.
I haven't seen Maguire get caught for pace like that very often
No,
in the
it's
4 years
true,
he's
man.
been here, and he's known as a slow player.
Yeah.
Christmas. Give It to Mikey says, we are so bad, 20 new managers couldn't fix this lot. We did try we tried the 3-manager system, didn't we, at the start of the season, getting Harker,
3 head coaches, isn't
Van
it?
Nistelrooy and Ten Hag. We've gone back to 1.
What does Rene Harker do now? 'Cause having quit his head coaching job to be a 3rd coach.
I don't know what his perception was like in the Netherlands, but he might just get another job at a first team in a mid-table club in the Eredivisie.
Yeah.
I don't know. We've seen Van Nistelrooy's obviously gone to Leicester.
Good on him, man. He deserves it.
Yeah.
I always thought it was a strange move for him anyway to come in under Ten Hag.
Yeah. It's weird to me that he's got a big job faster than Solskjaer has. I know it's not a big
Jesus
job.
Christ.
Well,
Oh my
They're
God.
going to score again.
Well, I was
Should be
listening
3-1.
to Andy Mitten was on something the other day saying about Solskjaer and saying all this, why Solskjaer not got another job? And he goes, because he doesn't want to have another one yet. Do you know what I mean? Like that's it's not like he's desperate to get back in, or like he couldn't.
He must
find
have
a
had
job.
offers, Solskjaer.
Yeah,
because he did overall a decent job with United, didn't he?
Well, even back home in Norway, you'd expect
Yeah.
his record there was
He
good.
won the league
you know,
with a team that had never won it before. What more
Good
do you
ball.
want?
Fucking
So,
hell.
you
Who
know,
passed that? Ugarte.
Yeah. Good pass, you got it.
all
was
that
a brilliant pass.
all that like 20 minutes decent start has just been pulled right away.
I know. It's just...
There's still enough in
I
this for
genuinely
us to get
can't
back into the
explain
game.
what we're
but-
watching, to be honest. There's still so much time left, and United just keep the ball again, slow the game down, like we said before the game about what we look like when we score. Just don't let them keep momentum, and then go back to what we were doing for the first 15 minutes, which was holding the ball and making chances. You can't ask for much more.
Have we made chances though? That's the difference. Is that we scored due to their goalkeeper wrestling Højlund down to the ground. You know what I mean? The problem has been long before Amorim and under Ten Hag, and even before him has been like chance creation. Have you seen how many chances have we had?
Well,
have we tested their keeper?
We've had
Yeah,
two
we've had
shots
two
on
shots on
target.
target. Yeah.
But Højlund had that header, didn't he, that he put over. It wasn't a great chance, but it was something. Mount had that shot that was blocked. It's not been like chance after chance.
There's nothing been clear cut though, has it?
No, there hasn't, other than the goal.
That pass has been on from the minute one, and
Like
good
in
idea.
terms of
Good
possession
idea,
and like the counter press
Yeah.
within the first 20 minutes has been decent, but we're not going to score many goals if we aren't creating clear cut chances. Is it?
No.
yeah.
But the thing is, we're not that far into the game either, are we? We've pressed really well, won a goal, had a couple of half chances after that, but that's kind of what you'd expect from 25 minutes in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
We just it's the fact that they've had two shots and scored two
That's
goals.
the difference,
that's
isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the issue, isn't it? If we hadn't let them score these two goals, we'd be right on track for a pretty comfortable win here, and instead we just can't help ourselves. Absolutely bizarre. Yeah, they've only had two shots on target.
And score both.
They
And that's how
scored them.
different, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
I see. I can't imagine United ever going to any other club around Europe and do what Bodø Glimt have just done.
We've not done it for since we beat Barcelona in the 08 semi-final. How often do we do? When's the last time we did that?
It's only 30 minutes though.
Yeah, plenty of time left.
Ruben certainly got a glimpse of the problem.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Really good that. You'd have to be some kind of Bose.
I've been trying for the Bodø. It's different.
Bodø to think that it was going to be an overnight fix. Come on then. Get your thoughts in the comments. What is it like being a United fan?
Could you say?
Wow.
Do you like if you swear, like saying this is being shit?
Go on.
You'd normally say? Excuse my French.
Excuse my French, yeah.
So you could flip it.
Go on.
Excuse my Bodø.
Bloody hell, Ronaldo.
What am I not getting there?
He's saying instead of excuse my French,
Yeah.
he's trying to do a play on Bordeaux,
Oh, wow.
which may work if they were a French team a little bit, but yeah.
It'd have half a hope in hell of working, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Bruno's down there. If he's... Come on, Lassie, run. Super chat from
Go on.
Super chat from a set of characters that appear to potentially be Scandinavian that says Daven de Delig det her Glimt 2-1. Translated, damn, it's delicious. I think we've got a Bodø Glimt fan in the comments there, but thank you for the super chat. Sam Z said, how long do you reckon Amorim will stick to the 3-4-3? I don't see how that's got anything to do with this, to be honest. I think as long as he thinks he's got the players to play it.
Well, there's two things. I don't think he has got the players that he wants to play it, but I don't think he's going to go back on what he wants. I think it's going to be a case of he's sticking to it. If it's not working, then it's because we need new players to play that position.
Yeah.
He doesn't strike me as a sort of man. He can't come in and stab all these principles and then sort of change it 3 weeks in.
I hope not. Do you worry about that, Ronnie?
I think if he does change the system early, then that would be a bad sign.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah.
You got to stick to your principles, stick to what you know.
Ooh, that's a sore one, isn't it? That's a broken metatarsal kind of tackle, that.
The thing is, even if, let's say the 3-4-3 doesn't work, everyone knows what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
Like, you know what we're building towards. Whereas under Ten Hag, like, what was it? From day dot, it wasn't clear what sort of shape or blueprint we were trying to build. Yeah. But now you can see we need the profile for certain positions.
Great tackle by Mazraoui there. Bit of space here for Anthony. No, not loads of obvious options.
What's he doing?
Oh, well done. Keep the ball. Don't shoot,
that
man. Come on.
Ball was just falling all over.
He did well
himself,
there. He messed it up, got back up, won the ball back. Pass. Go on then.
I need some Ahmad. This game would be perfect for Ahmad and Mainu.
Yeah, it would. I wonder what's going on with Mainu. Why he's not playing him yet. Do you think he's not fully fit? Do you think he's not quite done it in training? I wonder what it is. Because you'd think we could easily have part of the rotation played him tonight instead of, I don't know, Garnacho or whoever.
Agreed.
Interesting one. Malassi on the left. Go on. Let's go pass into the space there. Straight at the man. Just passing it around the back now, Bodø. Need to keep pressing. They've got to be a little bit deflated, the United players. What do you think it's like for them?
Like, get out there.
Jesus Christ. Oh, man alive. Is that Martinez?
No. They're getting all the jammy little ricochets as well.
Yeah, every second ball they're winning, aren't they?
So yeah, it's all going. What can go their way is going their way, isn't it?
It's just poor.
Yeah. A foul?
It's foul on. For some reason, that was a foul on them. It was just no foul either way, really. It was just coming together. Take it though. Can we get a goal before half time?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Everton on the weekend as well at Goodison Park. Tough.
Oh, yeah.
Tough.
Tottenham back in front against Roma. Brennan Johnson. How's he? What has he got? Like 8 goals this season, 9 goals or something. Ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well done.
Was Shaw on the bench?
Yeah.
You'd see that for the last year at half time.
I feel bad for Malassi if he gets hooked off at half time. Unless it's pre-planned.
Yeah.
Well, he's not
saying they shouldn't.
But he's not played for a while, has he? So even you temper it with saying, listen, your fitness doesn't look up to scratch.
Yeah.
And you fucked up for the goal.
Yeah. And you let them back in the game.
Yeah, it's all your fault.
Yeah.
Right, here's a ticket.
Yeah.
He's on the ball now.
I'm not going to be that guy, but I feel like they're almost letting Malacia. They're giving Malacia a bit of the Wan-Bissaka treatment.
Who?
Letting him be the outlet because I don't think they fear him going forward.
Yeah, it's like, go on, lad, you can take it.
Because they're getting much tighter to Anthony on the other side.
Yeah. Poor there. Yeah, he's not having a great game, Malacia, is he?
This is going to be it, though, isn't it? In terms of the wing-back positions or defensive winger positions of the number 10s, it's going to be a lot of trial and error, isn't it? Because there's that many different people who can play them roles.
Yeah.
And inevitably, we're going to be buying players for them positions as well.
I think left wing-back in particular is... Because I don't know if Shaw can do that anyway with his injury record. Malacia, again, is the quality there and then the injury record on top of that. So, and that's it. That's our options.
You think on the right, though, I think Ahmad's audition for it went pretty well against Ipswich, but again, he can play a number 10. But even then, you drop off from there. Who've you got?
We got
Mazraoui.
We've got Dallo.
Yeah, Dallo.
Anthony as well. I feel like there's at least, even if
there's
they're
more
not great,
options.
there's definitely more.
Yeah.
More. That's a good touch, that from Mazraoui. And again, go on.
Oof.
Oh, lucky. I need to stop them attacking here because that's our centre back who's just gone forward there. Fucking hell. Well done. Who's that?
Ugarte.
He's been good today. Well done.
That was close.
It was because it would have been one of them where he's running and it just happens to go in his stride as well.
Yeah.
Well done. Bruno's looks like he's hurt his foot, doesn't he?
Mount's dropping deep.
Yeah. Come on.
Especially Bruno, who's never injured.
He's
Why you laughing at him?
Because there's very few people in life Ethan can look down on, but Anthony's one of them. So he takes the opportunity to bully him whenever he can. John B says, my homeless Norwegian mate is of no fixed abode. That's that.
I like that.
Works.
That's not bad.
Without a humble
That works.
Okay.
Sam Z. Oh no, we said that one already. Oh dear. Will we ever have a shot again? Go on. That's good actually. Now what?
Absolute shite.
What
You
the
can laugh at
fuck
that,
was
Ethan. Go on. Christ. Yeah. He's getting plenty of the ball, Malacia. I'll give him
I
that.
told no, but
that's like Ronaldo said, because nobody cares.
I believe it's intentional.
Yeah.
Because if you notice, on the other side with Mount and Anthony, they're a lot tighter on that side, whereas they're leaving it. They're almost like
This chair breaking, boys.
Sorry.
they're almost funneling United
got insurance,
defensively to where
You're going to
Malacia
sue
is.
us if you fall off that chair?
I'd sue Jay.
Yeah. Jay is an individual, not as a company. That's not a foul.
Dying for a pee as well.
Go on then. Treat yourself.
You go and then I can
Don't
go
wanna take
then.
the piss,
Ronaldo.
Very nice. Take the piss. Or make the piss in this instance. What do you make of yellow kits generally, Scott?
I like them.
Do you?
I don't mind a yellow kit. As long as it's not got Liverpool and Standard Chartered on the front of it, then I don't mind a yellow kit.
Yeah.
I don't think have United ever had a yellow kit?
I've had the yellow and green.
Yellow and
obviously.
green, like, that was 94, I think, but I can't think of any.
None stick out in my mind. We had the gold one.
The gold's probably the closest. I can't remember having a yellow kit.
No,
Goalkeepers have.
We had that green kind of luminous green piece, but that's not.
That
gold.
was terrible.
That's not yellow,
That
is it?
was crap.
That's green.
That was terrible.
Yeah, I think it's just the green and yellow.
I don't mind a
green and
yellow
gold.
kit.
I don't know. When I see the yellow kit on the green grass, it makes me think of buttercups at school.
You don't
We
like
used
a
to hold them
buttercup?
under your chin. I don't know.
That you hold under your chin.
And then it tells you if you like butter.
Is that like real? Is that proven that?
No, it's just reflecting yellow light off.
So my daughter's a lying to me. You calling my daughter's a liar, Joe?
Well, do
on
you
live
like
YouTube?
Do you like butter?
Well, I do when they tell me I like butter.
I didn't know until they did it. I'm going to find out this weekend. They've got a load of buttercups.
What's the best butter? Do you like a salted butter?
Yeah, obviously.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
It depends. If you're cooking or something, you might stick an unsalted in there so you can adjust. But yeah, I like it. I like a Kerrygold.
Oof, yeah, I
I'll
like
take a
Kerrygold.
Kerrygold.
You ever had that bulletproof coffee with Kerrygold? You ever had bulletproof coffee?
I had one about 2 weeks ago, excellent.
What do you think? How was your cholesterol after that?
It plummeted.
Just felt like my heart.
You're just nodding. Yeah. It was all right. I didn't really get it, to be honest.
I think it's. I've done it for like a month, and I don't know. I was on the toilet a lot more.
Are you in that process now? Or
No. I'm training for the half marathon, which is particularly killing me. I feel like my hernia will come out the other day, but yeah. But I enjoy bulletproof coffee.
Yeah, it's right. It's
creamy.
It's like coffee with milk and butter, isn't it?
And oil as well.
And oil
MCT oil.
Just very fatty coffee. Good touch, Anthony. Now what?
Oof.
Keep it.
But
Hold on.
Kerrygold's a touch.
Yeah, Kerrygold's good. It's not too expensive either. It's not like crazy.
Not like that Lurpak.
Lurpak's getting ridiculous, isn't it? Poo-poo stinky, that shot, wasn't it, from Bruno?
I mean, there's a lot of poo-poo stinky going on tonight.
There is.
There's the title. That's the title for the...
Hold on.
Poo-poo stinky...
Poo-poo stinky strikes again. God's sake.
What do you blame now, though?
Nothing. I honestly don't... This game tonight, I don't even really blame anything, to be honest. I blame Malassia's speed and his reading of the game and the fact that he's rusty after being out for 18 months for the first goal. And the second goal, I don't... sorry, that was the second goal, sorry. And the first one, I don't even really blame anything. I don't... Sometimes it's just, like, weird, isn't it?
It is. It's like someone's cast a spell over Old Trafford, or witchcraft, or some may say voodoo.
Yeah, voodoo, very good. Because when I watch us, I can see what we're trying to do. We're doing good build-up play. We're cutting it back to certain areas. We're trying to make chances. We've not made many chances since they scored, but I think part of that's a lack of quality from certain players and the fact that we're clearly...
Oh, come on now.
And they don't look particularly good, but they just looked good enough twice, and then they've
been clinical when they've had the opportunities, whereas we're not creating any opportunities to be clinical. I'll tell you what I do. Shaw's got to come on for the second half for Malassia, because I think Shaw will get he's got a better cross in him, and he's going to get as much space as Malassia has down that left hand side. I'd probably bring Ahmad's on the bench, isn't he, as well?
Yeah, Ahmad's on the bench.
So I'd bring Ahmad on for Anthony as well.
Yeah, a few options.
Go on.
Oof.
Poor cross that.
How was it, Albert?
It was quite a long one.
No?
Was it?
I mean,
did you know that all mammals wee for roughly the same time?
Nah.
Yeah.
you know what?
Do you mean like so all men as in mammals, and then all whales? Do you mean like
all mammals?
So I piss the same as a whale?
Roughly the same for the roughly the same duration. Yeah.
You know what's funny though? How did he know this?
Well,
we're going to find out.
We've all timed an otter doing a piss, mate, haven't we? We've all done that. Because I would assume that how long we wee for is partly to do with, like, you're very much exposed to predators when you're having a piss, aren't you? So not doing really long wees.
Depends where are you weeing, Joe?
No, but do you think...
You know.
I'm surrounded by predators, and by predators I mean
pissing
the police.
in prison with Joe Smith.
Exactly.
Just chilling with Bear Grylls.
I take some of the most dangerous pisses in the UK.
Is that your Bear Grylls impression?
Yeah. No, but so when we were a lot older. No, not a lot older.
When we were older,
millions of years ago.
Before evolution, was it?
You're in the woods and you're always looking around for something to kill you. Doing a wee really opens you up to attack, doesn't it? You
can't defend anyone when you've got your willy in your hand.
Exactly. So doing really long wees that fully drain the bladder isn't probably a good idea. And the time roughly that we wee for evolved before everything branched off into all the mammals that we have.
Does your bladder feasibly need to always have a little bit of urine in it? Is it one of the situations where it can't? If it's empty, it's not necessarily a good thing.
Like a bagpipe.
Yeah,
almost.
You need a bit of air in it all the time, don't you? Like a bagpipe. Yeah, like a bagpipe. Yeah. Oh! Malassia is still...
And then fucked it up, that's surprising.
I was going to say, still got it.
But if you get older, you go more, don't you?
Yeah, but it's
always
18 seconds.
So then you're more susceptible to be eaten by something.
The Grim Reaper.
Right.
Yeah, eventually the Grim Reaper is what eats every pissing gentleman on Earth. But
that'd be a cool way to go with that, wouldn't it?
Go on, Matt. Go on. Go on, play him.
Oof.
Oh, shit.
Gigante.
What a footballer.
Ooh, he's so good. That's it.
I love you. What a finish as well.
What a goal that is. Mazraoui.
That celebration might get him fined.
Little gladiator piece.
Is that
I
what
think
it
it's
is?
Gladiator, yeah. That is a fantastic goal for many, many different reasons. Brilliant by Mazraoui. That is an unbelievable finish from Højlund, you know. To put that in, second touch like that is a fantastic goal. But Mazraoui with the build-up there, that's a brilliant goal, that. Really, really good. Mazraoui here goes past one, cuts inside, round another, takes a touch, clips it in, and the touch, and that's a really good goal.
Is he taking it on one foot and then scores on the other?
That's a really good goal, that, from Højlund.
Oh, mate.
That's beautiful.
Brilliant.
What
That's
a goal.
brilliant. That's so hard to get the ball in from where he is there.
Oh, mate, that's just like poetry, that.
That's fantastic. That's a fantastic goal all round that.
Mazraoui's got to be one of the signings of the season, hasn't he?
What was he, 12 million quid as well?
There we go. Ruben Amorim there. Very happy.
Brilliant. Yeah, I think it's a little gladiator celebration. Oh, Mazraoui.
What a goal that was, though. That's one of the best goals we've scored for a while.
Yeah, it is.
The
difficulty of what everyone did there.
That did put a smile on my face. Thanos.
Mazraoui in the 10.
Why not?
Ten Hag knew, didn't he?
He was onto something.
Ten Hag walked so Amorim could limp. Wait,
don't start.
jog.
Glimt. No, forget.
Very nice. Glimt. United glimped over the line. That was speculative. A dreamer's pass, that, innit?
Yeah. It was like one of them where if it reached someone, you'd think, "Whoa, how's he seen that?"
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But he didn't see it.
He actually didn't see anyone.
No.
But it was like
he just took a chance.
Someone's there.
Yeah, they're not. Right.
All right, go on.
Half time. Man United 2, Bodø Glimt 2. A truly bizarre half of football, that. One where after 20 minutes I thought it's how many we win by. And 26 minutes I thought we might lose. Like, absolutely bizarre. Fantastic finish there from Højlund at the end. Phenomenal start. Get your thoughts in the comments. It's such an adventure watching Man United at the minute, isn't it? It's certainly not boring, is it, Sky?
No, not at all. And it's no good for the heart. When we went ahead after 60 seconds, you expected the best as you did against Ipswich. But if one thing Manchester United are of late, it's unpredictable. Or maybe we are predictable. We should have expected Glimt to come back into it, and they did. And there were 2 good goals that they scored. And it's just frustrating because you can't pinpoint what the causes are. Okay, Malacia, he got, I think you said treacle, wasn't it, Ronnie? You said that he was he was running.
And sluggish.
He's not had a great game, but them 2 goals came against a run of play. Yeah. In the past, like the likes of Ipswich, you sort of felt the momentum and the tide pushing against United, and you felt like the equaliser was coming. Them 2 goals didn't, because we were pressing really well. Was the game for 26 minutes, was it? We started pretty...
19 they got their goal in. Yeah, the first 20.
First 20 minutes, we started really positively, and... Dare I say, I was agreeing with you in the sense that how many goals are we going to win by today? Yeah. And then yet again that happens. But towards the end, Mazraoui does that little takes on 2 players, whips it in, and then amazing. What was it? It was a gladiator celebration by Højlund.
Yes.
1 foot, 2 foot volley, and then are you entertained?
Yeah,
I'm very much so.
Yeah, very nice. That was really good. Yeah, it was a little this and then this and then this when it was Gladiator. I think you weren't sure, were you, what it was to start with? And I think the commentator as well said the same thing.
Said what? Gladiator.
So Ulrich Jude said maybe the officials will look at that later. So I don't know if that's.
Yeah, you know what? My initial. I don't know if it's similar in football, but in a lot of other sports like American NBA, sometimes if you do certain celebrations or certain gestures that look a little bit like
violence,
you can get on a fight. But then again, doesn't Thingy do the Phil Foden when he does now and again score?
Little machine gun.
He does the machine gun piece.
Yeah, Maddison does the archery one as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, but when I saw it and I just caught him do that at the end, and I was like, shh.
If you're a 17th,
is he going to get in trouble for that?
A 14th century French. Cavalier, that is pretty intimidating.
Yeah.
Steve Doyle says, just give the boy some effing chances. I mean, you've got to give it to Højlund. That was a phenomenal goal. Let's go back to the start of the half then. We'll go through the comments, we'll go through the super chats. United 1-0 up after 90 seconds again. And this time, it was phenomenal pressing from United to win that goal, wasn't it? From Højlund in particular.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, as a dream start as it was against Ipswich, and we were talking just before kickoff in terms of how much pressure's on Hoyland, and it was all made by him pressing against the keeper, and that sort of indicated what was going to happen for the next 20 minutes, because we have been really good with the counter press, and then their keeper WWF'd him to the ground, or WWE'd him to the ground, and Garnacho will never score an easier goal in his life. A dream start again.
Yeah, literally couldn't miss that, could he, Garnacho? He's running onto it. The ball is 5 yards out with nothing between it and the goal.
There's always a chance to miss, so you got to give him credit for finishing it so brilliantly.
Yeah.
But for that game, that first half, it's a bit of what we keep thinking we are going to see in these games, where there's going to be parts where it looks chaotic. It looks like players aren't quite up to certain things that they're responsible for. And I think some of the personnel still is a bit of an issue, as it still was, I'm not going to lie, under Ten Hag. But I saw at least, you're seeing a framework there, you're seeing some patterns of play, you're seeing some sort of you're seeing a different idea. You can already distinctively see what Amorim's trying to do. It's just about whether he gets the time now to kind of perfect it, and whether he gets the players to kind of almost become more used to it, and then he gets obviously better personnel in. Because I think, again, this United side really struggles from a physical standpoint when it's like pace, power, and just general physicality. And I think that's what's hurting us in an age now where that is one of the most important things in football. But I've seen things to be happy about, but I've seen things that have not been so good, especially when we've been caught on the counter. I think we've been found wanting a little bit in the back three, especially on Malacia and Martinez's side. And I think Malacia does look like it's his first game in 18 months. Yeah. At this level, he does look like it.
And to a certain extent, maybe that's fair enough. But he did get completely sort of overran, basically, didn't he, for their second goal. The first goal, it was an odd one again, wasn't it? Because there was no sort of obvious mistakes. United, maybe, like you said, Ronaldo, a little bit out of position and not quite at it. But it was a fantastic finish. And Onana was sort of stuck behind two men, couldn't really see it. And by the time he did, it was in the top corner. Yeah.
You expect with the football that we're playing and this sort of transitional period from one style to another, opponents are going to get chances. Yeah. And unfortunately for us, when that was their first chance on goal, and you know, we can look at whose fault it was in defence or midfield losing the ball. It was a sweet-ass finish. Do you know what I mean? Like, people do score great goals, and that was one. But, you know, and we could have gone into the half-time being 2-1 down, but testament to the lads in times past where we might have lost our heads. It looked like, you know, we were pushing more and more, and an equaliser was coming. Malacia was a lot better in the second half. The second part of the first half. It was. And we were getting forward.
People are saying that Malacia got left to basically hung to dry by Martinez stepping into midfield and leaving that space for it to be knocked into. But even then, Malacia was in a good enough position to deal with it. He had 2 yards on the forward. Yeah, he could have dealt with it. He just looked a bit sluggish and slow, and the other player was quicker than him. Yeah, and also the problem when you play at a really high pressing, high line, you can't have extra men in every position at all times. You're accepting the fact that at some points your defenders are going to have one-on-one foot races to contend with. That's the give and take of the position of the formation. The benefit is you have loads of pressure. You win the ball high up a lot. You keep possession, but at some time you're going to have some areas where you're a little bit more exposed. Yeah. And a one-on-one with your fullback, who should be a quicker player in your team, that's got, like you said, a yard or two on his man. That's a relatively okay thing to take as the weakness of your system. Yep. If you're conceding every time you have that position, then you know there's something wrong. That's not a particularly unfair spot for Malacia to find himself in the grand scheme of things. We're just slightly unlucky as well that it's his first game back in 18 months. The mental quickness, I think, to start that run wasn't quite there where it should have been. He didn't read it very well. He didn't put his arm out to try and stop the man. He just it all got a bit away from him. And you know they ended up scoring the goal. But if we look at some of the stats, it's a markedly different stat line to what we would see earlier in the season or last season. First of all, the big one, 76% possession. That was a quality goal, by the way.
Their first one.
It wasn't just like it's their build up. No, look at the technicality on it, like the first touch on Bruno, the pass. It's like it's really good football and the composure, step over, pull back, and then the finish. That's class. Yeah.
That's what I mean.
It's Paul Rumbo. That's a class goal from
it. Wasn't like an error, a goal led from an error, was it? It was great football and a great finish.
Yeah,
Go on, Joe.
Yeah, sorry, no, sorry. The 76% possession Ronaldo. I know that United, in most seasons, or maybe even all seasons that I've ever watched of us, we tend to have more possession than our opposition. That's just because we've usually got good players. 76% does seem as though there's an emphasis on keeping the ball and using that as the foundation to create chances, doesn't it?
Yes, exactly. It's just about, because we've had this debate before about possession and like for not just for possession's sake, but in terms of like actually doing something with it. Because we've had a lot more possession of Bodø Glimt, but they've looked dangerous whenever they've gone forward. Probably, arguably, at times more dangerous than we have. But that's a great goal, by the way.
Well, the first touch.
I generally do think sometimes when you can hold possession like we have at some points, is if you're able to then get the defensive transition side of the game perfected, where you can stop teams basically breaking on you at will, you can end up basically playing a huge majority of the game in their half, and then you'll get more goals, you get more opportunities, and that's how the big teams operate nowadays. You very rarely get teams at this level that are the very elites, which we're trying to get back to, that are very like transitional or allow themselves to be counted on. Because the first time that City are experiencing that is this season, where teams are breaking on them very easily, and look how poor they look. So it's just about getting a few kinks ironed out. But I was looking at that goal that Malacia obviously has gotten stick for, and then Martinez has basically gone and steamed in. I'm not sure whether that is his man, but you're not sure whether that's the instruction, where he wants the centre-halves to be brave and to step in, because we saw Jordi Evans doing that against Ipswich. So I don't think that's Martinez leaving Malacia to dry. I think that's probably what Amorim's intent is. And if that's the case, then we're going to need defenders that are very, very mobile, very physical, and people that can deal with one-on-ones.
And I think, all players have weaknesses, but I think someone like Dalot, in that position, I would be more confident in him stopping that from happening. He has his. I'm not saying that he's the perfect player, but I think he has his deficiencies, but he's surprisingly quick. Dalot rarely gets done for one-on-one pace, and he's got a bit of physicality to him. I think we can improve on him, and he's not amazing, but I just think, like you said, you need players who have got certain skill sets over others in different positions.
But the way Maz is playing, he might end up might stay there.
Yeah.
This is the problem with good footballers. So you've got really good footballers like Mazraoui and Amad Diallo that are able to perform wherever you play them. So we've seen Amad play really well as a right wing back, and then you've seen Mazraoui play really well wherever you play him, and he started this tenure really well as a right centre half.
Yeah.
It almost can be a little bit of a issue, because then the gaffer can be like, you know what, you can stay there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Because you end up being forced into the positions vacated by your lesser players.
Yes,
100%. Your favoured position.
So exactly, then you'll have Amad and Mazraoui playing in positions that aren't probably optimal to them, but because they're that good, they can play it that well anyway.
Yeah.
And then because they've got to cover up for the fact that other players in the team can't do their own job in their position well enough.
Yeah, and
that's
always going to be the kind of I don't know, the downside of being versatile and very good, isn't it? Naz Nomad says, what a load of bodolocks, bodolocks, bollocks, Bodø Glimt and bollocks. Tom Hutton says, it looks like we're on a Bodø to nowhere. Give it to Mikey. I swear we'll never score more than one goal ever again. Why do I subject myself to this? That was just before we scored the second goal. As obviously, Steve Doyle says, just give the boys some effing chances, and that was just after we'd scored the second goal. Talking about that second goal, phenomenal. From Mazraoui, from Højlund, everything. Like, if you look at, and this is very sort of silly and, detail for the sake of it, but looking at the sort of expected goals on that chance, from the position he finds himself in when he takes the shot, it's a 0.1 expected goal, and from the finish that he puts in, the post-shot analysis, it goes up to a 0.85 because the finish is so good. That's the gap that he's had to make up with the quality of that finish for Højlund. It's a phenomenal finish, wasn't it?
It's like threading the eye of a needle, isn't it? Like he can only get it there to get it into the net.
Yeah.
The first touch to take the ball under control to get it onto his right foot was sensational. And we were talking before kickoff as to the pressure on him. And that was amazing. I imagine Ethan and Cole, when they're doing the thumbnail for the next one, will be using a Bodø Photoshop for Gladiator.
Yeah, that would be good, wouldn't it? like that, and then.
Yeah,
What did you make of that goal, Ronnie?
I thought it was quality for all round. The bit of play from Maz before it, the quick feet and then the cross, but the touch with the left and the finish with the right, as good as it gets. That was one of our best goals of the season.
Yeah, it definitely was. Yeah, like you said, Mazraoui with brilliant build-up, and the fact that he can play right back, left back, centre back, and then there he's doing the work of a number 8 or a number 10 even. He's just have someone with so much quality. It's phenomenal, isn't it, with Mazraoui?
Sometimes in the past we've had players that you refer to as utility men. Now they can usually get like a 6 or a 7 in the different positions they can play, whereas Mazraoui seems to be able to do a hell of a job in the many positions that he can do, and it's very rare to come across a player that can do that and get him at the bargain that we got from Munich. He's such a good player. Such a good player.
And I think it must just be the injuries that he had at Bayern that saw his price come down so much.
Yeah.
Not that they didn't spend that much on him, but they
people
bought
are
him
saying it might be reasons other than that as well,
such as
like his certain beliefs he might have had about a certain hot topic as well. There are a lot of rumours about.
Oh right, I've not heard anything about that. Well, I mean, even that, you think, fucking hell, good. I'll take him. And United are just the benefactors of that completely, aren't they? Because at the minute, like you said, he's been 8 out of 10 or better at 3 different positions now. What more could you ask for? Especially, like I said, for 12 million quid. I just hope he stays fit in ways that he hasn't done in the last couple of seasons. But as on the whole, Ronnie, a bizarre half of football, really, isn't it? Because it's one where United have simultaneously looked like a completely different team at times, but it's very much been same old, hasn't it?
There's been a few shaky moments, but again, I've seen a lot of things in the first half that I like, because I can see what was different under obviously the previous managers. I can actually see definitively what's trying to be done, and I thought the counter press at times and the intent to do certain things is there. And it's just about when United get to a stage, and Amorim gets to a stage where he gets the right personnel and the players get more used to playing the system. And then we can see it, because this is going to be nowhere near the best of what we can see from this.
It's not even our strongest 11, is it really? And it's good, like you said there, we can see the sort of the framework or blueprint of what he's trying to do. It looks like, we expected Malacia to come off after the first half.
Yeah.
I imagine that's as much down to the mistake that he made and down to his fitness after not playing for so long, but he wasn't having a good game defensively, and Deleu's coming on for him. What do we? Is it wing defender? What is the actual official wing back? No, but it's not though, is it?
Is it not?
No, I thought I heard something different.
Oh right, I don't know. I've just been out
defensive
here saying
winger
like
or something like that.
Loser.
Yeah, no, I thought it was.
I think I don't know. Yeah, I've just heard wing back, but I'm open to suggestions.
Why don't you give it a different name, John? Well, what else could you call it?
Because the wing obviously makes sense, but what else is out wide? We need to sort of
because they're not just back; they're more forward than back, if anything.
Yeah, they are.
So that's what defensive winger. That's what I thought they were referred to for this position.
I think left and right shoulder.
Right,
it's quite high up, but it's out wide.
Right, okay, shoulder blade. That's a cool position.
Yeah, left shoulder blade, right shoulder blade.
Trapezius.
Little trapezius, yeah. Go on then.
His knee almost went then.
I was going to say, what happened then? He's limping, look. He's hurt himself there. Dallo with his little trademark speculative shot.
Get in the box.
Go on, Bruno. You know what I love? Even if it's, like we always say, it's not just on Højlund, on Højlund's teammates to find him more often. He's got to do more himself. But I like that there is evidence that if you get the ball in the middle, he can do something that's not just a tap in with it as well. Like, that's good for him that he scored a goal like that.
It's a good case study for future crosses. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He's done himself a lot of favours with that kind of goal.
Yeah.
He likes that crouching position, doesn't he, Amorim?
Yeah.
By the side of the pitch.
He does. Bless him. He's already fallen to his knees. Just a game and a half in.
Crouching like the man who regretted having a mixed grill last night.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever regretted a mixed grill.
I've never.
No matter what.
You've never had a mixed grill?
You've never had a mixed grill?
What is a mixed grill?
It's imagine all the meats of the grill, mix them up.
Never had that.
Oh, God. One of the great foods.
It's a pick and mix of meat.
Yeah. It's genuinely fantastic.
I think I might be too
Your
working.
cofters, your chops.
I think I might be too working class.
They sell it at Wetherspoons.
It is a working class meal. It's not like...
You can get one for about £8 at Wetherspoons. My word, they're fantastic. Sausage, gammon, steak,
Yeah.
chops.
It's like protein heaven.
That sounds like something that's right up my street.
Yeah, you would absolutely love it.
There we go. When's the Christmas party?
I'm not sure actually.
Wetherspoons mixed grill it.
I've pre-ordered 9 mixed grills.
That's the benefit of me being here. I get to go to 2 Christmas dues and meals.
That's true, yeah.
How I cheated that one.
You've done well with that. You're just enough of a
Where he's
regular.
going? Where are you going for it?
It's not been fully confirmed yet. But I'll let you know when we
Is
know.
it just bundle bust again?
Don't say, is it just?
Do you get invited to the Christmas parties?
Yeah.
Well, not anymore. He doesn't.
the
After
thing
he's
is-
dissed the last couple.
I'm not dissing. Bundle bust is great.
Is it, I don't get invited to them. They're like
And again, Mount, go on!
Oh,
Oh,
fuck's sake, come on.
Come on!
Oh,
You know what though? Getting it down the wing, cutting it back to the edge of the box. That was proper football.
great ball, that.
Proper
it's a
football.
good run.
Good run.
And Garnacho is following instructions well to do that pass.
Mount could have passed that as
Potentially
well.
could have given it to Anthony.
Could have
couldn't
passed
he?
that to Anthony.
But to be fair, they're both players absolutely desperate for a goal.
Would you
Yeah.
pass it to Anthony
But then
there?
my fault there would be there's more chance of me getting an assist here than me scoring.
But that'd rely on Anthony scoring.
Yeah.
Nah, but
Also, you're someone that looks for the assist. Maybe Mason Mount wanted the goal.
I want to see.
You made a good point there, Joe, though, about Garnacho taking instructions, and he's locked up a few times tonight, whereas in the past he's been guilty of just like taking any shot that was available.
Yeah, it is.
It's the usual
good to
performance from Garnacho though, where he never doesn't like offer threat. He's a player that offers threat. Sometimes there's a couple of things that might be a little bit frustrating, but then again he's raw and young. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there's been a few bits of play where I've been really good for him now.
Yeah. Anthony. I think the commentators are suggesting there that United might have changed into a back 4. I don't know if that's the case.
It's not.
Yeah.
If it's
I don't
Robbie
look like
Savage,
it.
just ignore it. Honest to God.
That's like what your mum says before she goes out.
Whenever
Someone
I hear
knocks at
him
the door. If it's Robbie
no.
Savage,
Yeah.
just ignore it.
Don't answer it.
I've
Whenever
told him
Robbie
not
Savage,
to come
I haven't
round.
got- honest to God, someone on commentary, I haven't got a clue.
Yeah. Doing well with who's he got again? Who's Robbie Savage manage?
Macclesfield.
Macclesfield, that's it.
He doesn't manage, he owns the club, doesn't he?
Didn't he manage him as well? Macclesfield manager, Robert Savage. Yeah.
Go on.
Oh.
Go on!
Is he
Big
onside?
goal! He's onside.
Is he?
Yes.
Get in.
3-2 to United. Brilliant
Do you
movement.
know what? Isn't it weird that if you cross the ball to the striker, he has more shots?
Great. Hey, listen.
Fucking hell!
Mind
It's
blown.
literally rocket science, this stuff, innit?
Great play by Ugarte. He's had a good game again.
He has. Come on, everyone. Do a thing where everyone looks like they love each other. What's this here? Ugarte. Little 1-2.
Is it Mazraoui again?
Mazraoui,
Involved?
flick round the corner. Is that Mount?
Oh, it's offside.
Oh, there we go. I know he's behind the ball. He's behind the ball.
He's behind there.
I think he's level with the ball there. I think that's all
No,
right.
the linesman not waved.
Nah, but it doesn't matter. It's VAR.
VIP. I think he was in line with the ball. Oh, he's gonna give it, isn't he?
How's
That
it him?
haircut
How's
is
it him?
desperate.
How's
What
it
a
him?
pensive
How's it
face
him?
he's
It's his
got.
fault.
He looks like Zach Braff from Poundland, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
These don't look like good.
Zach Spaff.
Are they I'll have one of them if they go in.
You only
Nah,
allowed
they got
one, you
given
only
Joe,
allowed one
and
if
then-
we score.
And then Joe just like hid him behind him. I
Hid
don't know,
him-
He didn't want him eating.
Yeah,
or
I
what.
did.
Oh, we're not allowed to eat your biscuits.
I did
he
the
didn't want
classic
him.
thing of hiding them next to Ronaldo. It's a goal. There you go. I knew he was onside. Check over. Bloody
Get
hell.
in.
This is good, isn't it? That was a really good movement, that. Really good running off the ball from Højlund. Great flick from Mount. Great cross from Ugarte. Oh, these are the sorts of goals I want to see. to know whether you're actually getting the ball into the middle.
Giving it to the striker, Joe. Giving it to the striker.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought allowing someone to shoot from the centre of the goal is a better chance of going in than shooting from 20 yards out? It's crazy. No one could have possibly predicted this. Well done, you got it!
No.
I like him. I like everything he's about.
He's come alive, hasn't he?
He has.
Fucking hell.
He looks just a little bit rusty those first couple of games. That's all right. Now look at him, flying. It's been good, this, in a way. Some of it.
It's been entertaining.
Yeah, it has certainly been entertaining. I'm so glad Højlund scored as well.
Hat trick now coming up.
That'd be good.
How are you feeling if you're Marcus Rashford watching this though?
Do you think he's watching?
He's on the bench, you know.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean he's watching.
He's drawn his eyes on his eyelids, and he's got them closed. No, I'm only joking. Obviously, I'm probably thinking, where do I fit in? I think he can do the job that Garnacho's done tonight. I do think that he can. I think he can play as the more. Like, he likes to be sort of asymmetrical, doesn't he? He likes one wing back to be more of a winger, one more defender.
Yeah.
One of the 10s to be a bit more of a winger, one bit more of a 10. Like, he can do... I'm not saying that he's in the form to do it, but Rashford is capable of everything that Garnacho's done tonight.
And
so I think that must be his place when he does play.
Yeah,
I think Mount has been really good there.
It really has. Really has.
Yeah.
For the pressing as well,
For that stuff. I don't think he's done loads of wonderful things. There's
been a lot of decent performances. I don't.
But I think he's been pretty good.
Mount's been okay. Go on.
Yeah, he's Garnacho now.
Will he make the right decision?
He's not.
I think the right decision is to shoot it.
He's not
To be
looking
honest.
up for me. He did right there, didn't
Yeah,
he?
he did.
That was fine.
That was the right thing to do. Cut inside, clean shot. Unfortunate not to score. Great pass from Martinez though. That won it.
Fucking great ball.
Yeah. I think just a bit of quality in certain areas makes all the difference, doesn't it? Having good players with a system that they're not even fully aware of or understanding of yet. But that's just individual quality from Martinez there. Brilliant.
This is a test again. Now we've gone up.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, come
Spicy
on!
one from
Make
Onana.
it difficult for yourself.
That's a rare one from
It is.
Onana
At
as
least
well.
it went the other way, at least it went that way instead of the other way into their players. But yeah, rare misplaced pass from Onana. Number of who's made the most passes? Do you think on the pitch tonight? There's actually two that are tied.
I'm gonna go Mazraoui.
Yes.
Garnacho.
No.
Nope.
Ugarte.
Nope.
No.
It's gonna be Mazraoui and Martinez.
Mazraoui and Delict.
Okay.
Mazraoui, Delict and Martinez, the top three, as you might imagine. Go on, lad. Look, our right hand side tonight has looked pretty good, I think. Generally, I don't think Anthony's had a great game, but he's looked pretty good, and he's made a couple of tackles as well, which is good. He made two tackles. Mazraoui's just been composed and quality as he always is.
We've not looked susceptible down the right hand side, have we, in the way that we had down the left?
No, not at all. What have we got here? Some super chats. Let me go back. Ulrich Jude. Oh no.
Who's the one that said what was your prediction score?
4-0, I said.
Oh,
I said 2-1.
I said 4-2.
Did you?
No, I didn't.
You said 2. You said 2-1.
Yeah.
Go on, Anthony. Find someone.
Nah, but that was the first leg. So if it's 2-1 twice, that was against Bodø, but against Glimt.
Oh, sorry.
The second half,
fair
it was
point.
2.
Yeah. So what was it?
So do we get
So
another goal
he
now?
thought it was going to be 8-0.
Oh, total.
What did you think it was going to? What did you predict?
I said 2-1.
I said 4-0.
So I said 4-2.
So we're both
as well.
on.
We're both still on, yeah, because that was just the Bodø portion.
Yeah. We've been better against Glimt.
Yeah, Bodø's a far superior team, I think.
Yeah, well, that's probably why they put them out first. It's like opening batsmen, isn't it? You get your best batsman out first. Hopefully, they can build a bit of a lead, and then let Glimt sort of.
Yeah. How did the first day go?
I think it hasn't started yet, has it?
Do you like
It said
cricket, Ronnie?
yeah. I watched it a lot more when I was younger. No, because day 2 starts tonight, apparently. That's what I saw then. I didn't even know
Oh.
the day 1 happened. But because it's in Australia, that's why.
The headline is Bashir takes 4 as England chip away at New Zealand. They got 319 for 8. So we're on.
But the headlines made it seem like we fucking
What is it?
bowled them out for 200.
No, it's just a test series. Go on then.
No, man.
Isn't it usually the Ashes this time of year, or is that?
It's only every
It's
other
the
year.
summer, innit?
I don't know. They had it at Christmas one year, didn't they?
When it's in Australia, it's at Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So take that.
There's
then.
one-
Which is that? Yeah, but I was right. It's in the summer.
Yeah, Australia.
Australia's summer. Yeah.
Very well done. Cantona will save the world. Said it's coming. Some of our players good. We got this next half. Yes, Savage is an arse too. Already trying to attack our manager. Grow up. Your boy was not good enough. Wow, man, they're really going for him there.
Yeah.
Charlie Savage, I think he's talking about that. LJ says Reem Malacia. Some players are never the same after knee injuries. I know a lad, 2-footed, great engine, girthy, good decision making, strong erections. Yet he's not been able to get on the pitch after an ACL tear. I mean, it's so sad when you see someone with all that
Girthy.
going for him,
Yeah. Ooh, that's
not to be able to,
Perform.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know what I was doing there.
Rashford and Ahmad to come on.
Thanks for that, LJ. Hopefully your friend can,
Refined his tonnage.
Found his girth and tonnage at a later point. Cam, welcome to the academy. Thank you for joining. Robert Brown says we need a right-footed wing-back on the right.
Is that Luke Shaw? Yeah. What's he wearing? Has he got a bally on him?
It's not even that.
It's coming on to Mug Glint.
Or as the kids call him, a shiesty.
Do they?
Yeah.
What's that in reference to?
Balaclava. Good
No,
touch.
but why is it called that?
I have no idea.
Because you look shiesty when you wear one.
I think it's because there's an American rapper called Pooh Shiesty that wears basically like a ski mask, and I think people just started calling it a shiesty after that.
So Mount's coming off for Rashford. Oh, that's all right. Not played a lot, has he?
And he's going to be one that comes off. Because I've also realised Garnacho can't be subbed.
What do you mean? Just impossible.
He's got like
plot
9.
armour, as they say.
Yeah, he's got significant plot armour.
No, it's got to be Garnacho off for Rashford, surely.
No, it's Mount.
Yeah, but
And then he's probably going to take Anthony off for Ahmad.
really?
Which would be weird. No, it shouldn't be.
Might play Rashford behind
shouldn't-
in the 10, like you said. Anthony looks like
Yeah,
he's
it's
going
Anthony.
off.
Anthony coming off.
Anthony for Ahmad.
He's been alright, Anthony. Not been great,
What's
but
Shaw
a decent
doing then?
performance.
Delow's on the pitch and Shaw. What's happening there? Martinez? If he had an injury.
Yeah. Well, I think maybe Ahmad's going into that number 10. I don't know, actually. I don't know what's going on.
It's exciting, isn't it? Trying to work
Yeah.
out.
Oh, Martinez is coming off for
Yeah,
sure.
Martinez.
Oh yeah,
We-
because
we
he
knew
come
it
back
wasn't-
from injury.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, to be fair, I was going to say hopefully we're not taking them lightly, but you could argue we've got stronger after those 3 subs, let alone...
Yeah, maybe.
So it's not like we're resting loads of players and putting the kids on, is it? Good to see Shaw back, Rashford obviously, and Ahmad's been one of our best players this season. So
And Shaw can play that centre back or left centre back role as well. It was decent that year time when he had to play centre back for United for a while. I was keeping Maguire out with it for a bit.
yeah. Against City last in Ten Hag's first season, it was brilliant. Good. Mazraoui gets to push, or whoever that sided centre back is gets to push so high up the pitch, don't they? Like Mazraoui then was just like on the edge of their 18-yard box making tackles. It's really thwarting high pressure stuff in it from United. And once we get you sort of iron out the creases a little bit, I think we're going to score a lot of goals from forcing mistakes out of the opposition.
That's such a good point, I've not even really thought about it, but how much of the game has been in their half.
Yeah.
Whereas before, a lot of it's laborious, knocking the ball sideways and stuff, but it has been...
Yeah.
We've dictated play a hell of a lot more tonight than we have
Yeah, we
usually.
have. It's a shame that I know obviously they've probably deserved a goal at Bodø. They've not been bad at all, but it's I don't feel like the scoreline really reflects the game properly. I think United
they've just had 2 breaks. They've been very their first goal was just like almost undefendable, and then
it was a very good goal.
But then the second one was like Martinez stepped in, Malacia struggled physically, and then
I think this is a 3-1 performance.
Yeah, if you were just to see the result 3-2, it does give no indication of the performance at all. It gives you the idea that that it's been a close game.
Yeah.
I mean, we have got half an hour left yet.
Yeah, we have. But the first 60 minutes has been more controlled and composed than we've seen in almost any game this season. And I love that pass. Poor from Højlund. I love that pass straight from the centre back up to Højlund's
Go on, lad,
feet.
it's to you there
and then
now.
you lay it
Talk.
off with the runners going the other way. Really, we've done it a few times and it's looked good every time. Go on, lad.
Ooh.
Go on, lad. Oh. Yeah, we've actually got runners off the ball. We've got people doing stuff. They've got this pass through the lines that they seem to have been taught in a week. That I hadn't seen them do for 2 seasons. And there were other things that we did do, but there's a few things already you look at it and go, we haven't done that before. That's new. The cutbacks to the penalty spot are an obvious one that.
Well, we've supplied the striker twice. I've not seen that much.
No. That's a good pass, bloody hell. Good touch as well. They're going to score here, aren't they? Probably.
Yeah.
Oh, well done. Bloody hell.
As usual, Mad gets back and tackles. He's got a knack for it, innit?
It's mad, isn't it?
And then you've got Fergie looking like a 1950s Peaky Blinder mafia boss.
I like it.
Don't you?
John B with the super chat. Fun fact: Bodø share their 8,000-seater stadium.
People have said that he's a bit of a.
With
Really?
What, Fergie?
He's got people in high places.
Has he? People in low places.
I think if Fergie got to a status where if he wanted SUVs to pull up at the address,
He could do it.
he could get it sorted.
I love to think that that's true. Hisham,
It's just a phone next to his desk. Just
Yeah.
Send them in.
yeah, he doesn't even have to press any buttons on it. He just picks it.
I
up.
think
It's already
Fergie
connected.
100% could have been a mafia boss.
Yeah, I think he's got the presence and the people skills to do pretty much whatever he wants, hasn't he? He could have done that. Hisham Al Sayed says, not the end of the world with Maz at his position of right centre back. He's a player who struggled with injuries, so I don't want to see him running up and down. I quite like that if it helps him with his injuries, but he is doing a lot of running up and down. But less sort of gut busting sprints that you would do than you would do as a fullback. It's going to be those fringe cases, isn't it? When you've got Haaland spinning and running in behind, when you've got a Vinicius Junior one-on-one with you, when you've got those sorts of players where it's like really testing how is his positional sense, how is his physicality against those kind of real elite players. But so far, he doesn't look out of place at centre back at all, does he?
No. That's why we're quite fortunate with the run of games that Amorim's got to, if not iron out the creases of this sort of formation and who's going to play where, he can certainly get a better idea of what his strongest starting 11 is before.
Yeah.
When do we play City? Is it December the 15th?
I think it's the 15th, yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah, we've got Arsenal before that, haven't we?
Arsenal's next Wednesday.
Yeah, which is obviously going to be a tough one as well.
That's definitely going to be a game where we need to have it figured out what our best lineup is.
Yeah.
Please.
But
otherwise, we couldn't get. If we turn up a bit dodgy in Arsenal, right, we're in trouble.
What? Did he hurt himself there? No.
What happened there?
I think he just slipped.
I think he knew
They
he was
the
offside.
Jackal sniper.
I don't know. It was weird, that, wasn't it? I think he
Jackal.
knew he was offside. And
No, he wasn't.
Offside.
He slipped, I think.
Oh, he just slipped. Yeah,
Yeah,
fair enough.
Oh.
That was weird, though, wasn't it? We're only one goal in it. We could.
It's not a
another
foul.
Goal would be
Oh.
good. Mod or MOD98. Why play a left-footed right wing back and a right-footed left wing back?
It's definitely intentional.
Cutting into. I think it's
I think
to
it's
be able to play that ball.
I think it's
through.
an angle thing. I think it's
Yeah.
also that around the corner past that inside that you seen Delo play a few times.
Yeah. Who's that coming off?
Delits for Casemiro.
Do you think that's a 4 at the back situation? Or do you think Casemiro is going to play centre back?
No, I think he's probably just playing centre back. He's played there many times before.
Yeah.
It's a bold move, though. He has never been great doing that position.
It's nice being able to. Well, I say being able to. We don't know if we're going to win.
Unless. It's formation change,
Is it?
I think. Yeah.
Where's Casemiro?
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
No.
Casemiro wasn't in the shot then. He's definitely quite far back. Yeah. There.
Oh yeah. It's not. Casemiro, CCB, you know.
Yeah. Let's hope he don't get someone sprinting up against him like Malacia had before.
It's a bold move, that, man.
Yeah. Well done, Onana. He's so good with his feet, Onana. I know he gave one out for a throw in earlier, but just the composure there. He had a really
nice,
tough
lovely
situation.
football. Come on, lads, send him.
Find a pass.
Do
something. Yeah. No.
Bad pass.
It was.
It was on ages ago as well.
3 or 4 different.
That's
things
an
he could
annoying
have
one
done.
because the first bit from him was really good.
Yeah, it was. Well done, Casemiro. Yeah, Dallo there. He could have either chipped it over to
He had options.
Garnacho. He could have. Yeah. That's a lovely pass. That good touch as well.
glue.
Yeah. You don't worry about that with Ahmad at all, do you?
No.
Come on, Marcus. So Marcus, before though, do you know when Dallo had the ball, trying to make a run along the line to go in behind? That's good to see because. Oh God,
I didn't mind.
So we're
it.
saying
It's
Rashford's,
the trademark Casemiro.
we're saying Rashford's taken Mount's place, aren't they, in terms of just behind Højlund?
Yeah, and it looks like it's that might be a booking. It looks like it is Ahmad out to the right wing back spot.
Oh shit. This is when they for some reason they're just mad clinical.
Yeah.
Shall we with the every time they fall forward they get like a high.
at this.
Oh shit. Well done, Garnacho.
Well played,
Yeah, did
Garnacho there.
He was a bit slow to start with, but he actually tried to win the ball back and block the cross rather than pretending to try.
Part of my head screamed, "Oh no, Garnacho's letting another, done bad defensive work again," but he did well.
No, he actually did it.
He loses him though, doesn't he? He's not.
No, it's. No, well done. It was poor from him originally, but the fact that he could have easily just sort of jogged and let the ball cross him, but he actually tried to win it back and did. A shit from Dallo. That's twice already.
Square pass, bro. Don't pass square.
I just hold on to it for a second, Onana.
Come on, Dallo. It's because he's trying to do a little no-look pass to throw him off, isn't he?
But there's no need to do that though.
No, there isn't. Also, if you do it, it needs to be an accurate pass anyway. You can't be deceptive at the expense of being accurate. Well done, Onana.
Hold it.
Nice. Out.
Pass
Well
it.
played.
Great stuff.
Send him
Go.
that.
Come on
Really
now,
good pass
man.
as well, that.
Don't kill his space. Oh shit.
Ooh.
Bruno. Oh, it's a little scuffer.
Oh shit.
Having like good play that. Garnacho did really well there.
Bruno having a little moan at something.
Yeah, not like him.
Not wide again.
They've looked good though. Him and Ugarte.
He doesn't look like he's out of position, does he, when he's playing deeper?
No. Yeah. 12 days of Cantona being chanted.
It is because it is only 3-2 in it, so it only takes one lapse and we've drawn the game.
I know.
That's what I mean. That's why I thought, like, unless Dilit's injured, he's brought off, like, we haven't got a centre back on the pitch now, have we?
Well, you put it like that.
We have.
It's quite surprising, isn't it? That's a great pass.
That's a touch as well.
Yeah, it was.
We've got several fullbacks.
We've got 2 fullbacks in the centre mid at centre back. Yeah. We need to keep the ball, don't we?
Half an hour, no centre back. I love it. I'm here for this crazy stuff.
Yeah. It's at least interesting, isn't it? Very busy logo, the Bodø Glimt logo, isn't it? We talked about this yesterday.
What is it? Is it a
Dunno.
sphinx?
It's there, look, you can see it. It's like, it's the word Glimt.
Oh, I thought I meant
With
the animal on the shirt. It's
Oh,
got
no,
that,
yeah, that's some sort of links or something, isn't it?
right, okay.
But it's got Twitter revamp written all over it, hasn't it? It's quite messy, isn't it? hectic,
Yeah.
busy. It's very rare that you have letters of the same colour overlapping lines of the same thickness and colour, isn't it?
The G's but hidden, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It looks like the club's called Glimt.
Yeah, it does.
The G's meant to be the whole
Glimt
big
Bodø,
circle thing,
and
but
they
it's
played-
more.
And that doesn't look anything like a football.
It looks like
It
a
looks like a beach
basketball.
ball or yeah.
It looks like a basketball logo for like a... Yeah, look, you see the logo there. Very odd. Anyway, that's not who cares about that. United just holding the ball.
It's fine, just
Keep the ball.
easy stuff.
Yeah. Runs off the ball. Pass. Move. Simple. They're pressing a little bit higher, aren't they now? Just a touch. You would though, wouldn't you? They might as well go for it.
But United don't need to, do they? United should
No.
allow them to come into them and then hit them.
Yeah. Especially now we've got Rashford and Garnacho on
Yeah.
the pitch as well. I mean, Højlund's chances of getting any more service have basically gone out the window, but we might be able to play over the top like that.
Hell.
Go on then, Garnacho's in here. Score!
Spank it, lad!
Unlucky.
Gee.
He's had a couple of them, hasn't he, Garnacho?
That was like some hybrid cross shot.
Both.
Who's Dallo with the pass, wasn't it?
It was a good run made by Rashford. Just didn't come his
Yeah.
way, and he's
Garnacho
taking it
does
on
well,
and
eh?
then just scuffed it.
Good touch from Garnacho. Just not quite there with his left, was it? No obvious pass on though. Again, I
No,
don't
he
blame him for
wasn't,
hitting
no.
that. No.
Nah, he had to take the shot.
Yeah, definitely. Ran under it.
I think there's another goal in this for us, but it's about whether they score as well.
Yeah, exactly. Full-time production said, my wife just walked in and asked who Man United are playing. I said, it doesn't matter. And I feel like that's where we are as a club. Yeah, we're playing ourselves, aren't we, at the minute? As a
Yeah.
The last few years,
Working
we've been playing
things out.
ourselves. Yeah. It doesn't matter what's going on in the opposition. It's us that we need to beat. Go on then.
Keep it.
Once more.
Yeah. Not got a lot of options there, has he? Well
Oh, nice.
Did well.
It's all right.
Got Ahmad.
Did Luke Shaw start tonight? He didn't he? Did he
No,
not?
came on for Martinez.
Oh, Martinez, of course, was there, yeah. Oh, yeah, Luke Shaw was one of the balaclava on, wasn't it? So we thought. That looked like a foul to me. Go on then, force him in. Win that. Hold on. Good.
Go on, no man.
Feel a bit nervous now.
Because it's
And,
only
Did
3-2.
you know? Because it's United.
And they have enough quality to
Because they've scored that goal as well that was such quick play with a great finish at the end. I feel like that 10 seconds of at any time they can do one of them again.
Yeah, I think so.
Win that. Well done. Good touch that. Really good touch.
The thing is, it'd be so sickening to even drop points at this stage because we're
Yeah.
such a better team.
Yeah, we have been. We have been.
2 games in a row where the second half we've largely controlled it.
Yeah.
We did the first half really. That's
Yeah.
76%. It was just them two.
But I think they've not offered nowhere near as
Oh,
much
no,
threat.
no.
Yeah.
Ah!
There we go. Fuck off, United,
Fucking
you
hell,
bunch
Delo.
of bastards.
Well done, Onana. Ish.
Delow's been drunk since he come on.
That was a terrible pass. Well done, Onana there. Because fucking hell,
Right.
absolutely stitched up there.
Go on! Come on,
great
United!
Go on.
4v3 here. Go Nacho.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Gotta hit the target there. Come on.
The fact that he teed it up for himself as well and still didn't hit the target.
Good play from Ahmad and Rashford
Yeah,
down
it
the
was.
right there.
Look at Onana there like that's his fault. That wasn't his fault. He did brilliantly here. Gets the tackle
good
in.
lad.
Handballs it
Well
twice.
done.
Fine.
It's back, and
He's a
almost
keeper,
started
even
to-
if he's outside the 18-yard boxes. Surely he's allowed to handball it a little bit.
Instinctive.
That's a good pass from Rashford
Good,
there.
good, well played, that.
They're checking the handball. What, for a red card?
Yeah. I think he might have just said check over.
He's not.
Yeah,
He
sorry,
didn't mean
really.
to, did he?
That's a bad finish, that.
It's a shit finish, that. What happened with the first shot he had, Garnacho? Did that miss the target as well?
And the thing is, he's,
One that drag wide.
Ahmad could have got
That's
it
the
one
second
himself
one.
as well. And I know for a fact in that
know you're
situation,
saying.
Garnacho's not passing the ball.
Yeah. They did really well. Rashford, lovely pass to Ahmad, drew all the men out to him. Ahmad found the pass to Garnacho. Garnacho, even then, he took the Louis van Gaal method, which is take a touch before you shoot. He did, set himself,
And then
just a
fucked
poor
it.
shot.
They've been a lot more productive down the right hand side with that Ahmad and Rashford change. I thought Mount had a good game off the ball.
Yeah.
Look
But I
at
think
the
in
state
terms
of
of them products, the link up between Rashford and
You know, we need only pack for him. Sorry.
right?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you, Scotty.
Well, I thought you agreed with me.
I agree with you both. And that's
You
why-
wouldn't
it's not a
you
it's
wouldn't
not a
need
competition.
Only back.
Yeah, it's not a competition, actually. Good point.
Oh, no. It's,
Go on then. Find a pass. Don't. Yeah. Well done. No.
Fucked it.
Not well done.
We got any more subs?
It's like the more excited Garnacho gets, the worse he plays. Like
He's one of them players. If he thinks about stuff though, isn't it? That I think it goes.
it's why he's
there,
such a good sub, Garnacho, because I think the early parts of when he comes onto a game, so like he starts games well, like first 25 minutes, first 45, he's bright.
Yeah.
I feel like whenever he plays a full 90, he's always worse in the final 20 minutes.
Yeah.
We'll get that.
Great. Play that for that third goal. The flick from Mount, the pass from Ugarte is absolutely perfect as well, innit? And just looks easy, but that finish is still decent. Really good. It's good that what was the second goal like? Less so, but that goal in particular really just carved him open there, didn't we? It's good to see that because we struggled to do that just for years. We struggled to really carve teams open like that, have space in their 18-yard box. How often does that happen?
Yeah.
Keeping the ball again, United.
Oh,
Fucking Dallo again, mate. Come on. Yeah, well done. Fucking hell. He's like he's had the ball about 8 times, and 5 of them he's messed it up, hasn't he, Dallo? Like him and Malacia, when they slapped hands to make the sub.
yeah.
Like the magic was passed through the fingertips to the mistake pro magic. That's something from a Disney film.
It's like picking the worst of a bad bunch, isn't it?
Yeah. Bizarre. I hope we don't sit back. I know obviously they've got the ball now and that's all right, but I hope we try and keep possession for these last 10 minutes because every game under Ten Hag, if we were winning, the last 10 minutes were like nervy, defensive, and hellish. See if we can actually control it. Hold on. Ugarte's been really good. Passing it about. Should we see where this would put us in the group?
Oh, please do, Joe.
Oh, please put us out of our misery. Let's
Got to
have a
moved
look.
up to like 11th or something now. Spurs are winning, aren't they? So we're not.
Yeah, Spurs are winning. Oh my God, it would be 12th if it stays like
Yeah.
this. Yeah, I never thought I'd see the day. You know.
What
Go
a
on then.
ball.
Oh my,
Go
go on.
Rashford, bury it.
Go on, Marcus.
Oh,
Pulley. It's a bit pulley.
it's a bit pulley, innit?
Yeah.
He had time as well, though.
Maz could have walked out of there with 2 assists.
Yeah, that's a brilliant pass.
He had time.
It's not close, is it? In the end.
That was
Good
a
run,
shot
though.
that lacks so much confidence and
Yeah,
conviction.
it was. Great pass. Good run. Poor finish. But good run. I'll give him that.
We need to score these though, because it puts
Yeah,
the
we
game
do.
away.
Garnacho
Yeah, we
should have
scored
scored
now.
at
It's
least
done
one.
then, isn't it?
The 3 shots Garnacho's had and that shot should have equaled at least 1 goal for us, shouldn't it? It should be 4-2 at minimum. They've not really had a chance second half at all, have they, Glimt? Bodø. Well done.
Oh.
Thought he'd gone through in there. Left one on him. Ajax are losing. They're in the top 8.
Okay. They fell to pieces since they lost to Hague.
I mean, they're still 5 points above us in the Europa. I'm surprised they qualified for Europe.
Why are you telling me that? That doesn't fit my agenda or my
sorry.
narrative.
Sorry. Yeah, they've been...
Don't tell me facts and stuff.
It's weird that...
Ruined story.
To be fair, though, they did drop off massively with what happened between Ten Hag, Overmars, and then obviously what happened with Van der Sar as well. Well done, Luke Shaw. Who's you got for help here? No one. Well done.
Right, win something.
Yeah.
It's like the new Kendrick album.
I haven't listened to much of it, to be fair.
Yeah.
Have you listened to it, Joe?
No, I haven't actually.
I'm enjoying. I thought his last album was crap, to be honest. But I think since he dropped that diss record against
Everyone's up for
Drake,
it.
I think he's lit the fire under his ass. I'm looking forward. When's Super Bowl?
February.
Is that far away? Yeah.
It's either end of January or start of February.
You know.
I think it's February. Yeah. Still like 6 weeks or whatever, 8 weeks.
Oh, Kendrick's performing, isn't he?
Yeah, he's doing a halftime show, but it was showing like
He's going to do Not Like Us.
Yeah, of course he is. But apparently
Just
Drake's trying to get him to stop it or something.
How would that work?
Because he's getting Universal and they're trying to get legal action against Universal, Spotify. I think this is right. For the amount of streams and stuff like that. There's some sort of tomfoolery going on about how popular that song was compared to Drake's diss song. But it doesn't look good, that does it?
No. You absolutely
It's
wiped the floor
like-
with me, so I've got to prove that you faked it.
It's like Tyson getting when he chewed Holyfield's ear off.
Yeah.
And then Tyson going, well, he put his ear in my mouth, you know, and then saying, I deserve the win.
Yeah. Yeah, ear in mouth.
You got beat, mate, you know.
Yeah. The old ear in mouth defence. It's a classic, isn't it? I don't think there's any rules against putting your ear in someone's mouth when you're boxing, is there? I think biting it off,
it's
definitely.
a bit of
It's a grey area.
it's an unorthodox tactic, isn't it?
Yeah.
I wonder if
way
anything's
he
ever
hit-
that happened in football.
Sorry.
To the torch.
Suarez, innit? Yeah.
Multiple nosh attempts. Expected nosh. Oh, brilliant pass. Unlucky. Come on. One more. Finish these glimps off.
Yeah.
Bodo's the city then, and Glimt means something like footy club or something. Or like United or whatever.
Is it?
I think Bodo's the place, yeah. It's like Leonardo
Never
da
been
Vinci.
to Norway, have you?
No.
Can
No,
pi-
I've been to Denmark.
Can picture it being an expensive trip, innit?
Yeah.
I don't know, I just have that view of Scandinavia.
It is quite expensive. Because
And they have like 0% poverty there, is that like?
yeah, because everyone's got such a high minimum wage, everything costs a lot, but then no one's poor.
Yeah, the homeless rate would be minimal.
Yeah, and they leave. I don't know if this is all of Scandinavia or which countries, but they definitely did it in Denmark. You'll be like walking down the street and it'd be like a quiet street, you know, not many people walking around. There'd be like prams outside, like, you know, you'd have like bikes parked a little bit, and there's prams with babies in that they just leave on the street. Like
So it's
they'll
safe.
leave you outside when you go in the shops. You'll leave your pram outside or
With
whatever.
a baby in it.
With a baby in it. Yeah,
Build character.
yeah,
So I'm guessing it's safe there.
yeah. It must be obviously, but yeah, it's
So
mad.
like Dubai and stuff where in them countries you can apparently like leave your car outside with the keys in ignition turned
I
on.
think that's in Dubai though is more down to the sort of threat of if you do anything illegal in Dubai you're losing parts of your anatomy, whereas
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
And
I
also
can't
it's
climb through
because
there.
everyone's quite
affluent,
they don't need to steal.
You don't need to steal and sell a baby, maybe. It's more hassle than it's worth having extra
No,
babies, isn't
and
it?
I was more about like car.
Oh, right,
car.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. I've just stolen this baby.
What
Now
about
what am I gonna
baby?
do with
Open your coat.
it? Yeah. Just loads of babies, like, hung up, like, kicking the legs with dummies in. Drinking the bottles. Yeah. Bodø Glimt, or it's known as its former name, Glimt, is a Norwegian professional football club from the town of Bodø in Norway. They're in our box.
Here we go.
He's been bad since he's been on it.
Dallo.
Oh, like everything's just coming down his side dangerously.
He's made Malassi look like he had a good half.
Yeah.
That's how bad he's been. Hoyland always carries the look of a kid who's late for his school bus.
Slightly, dishevelled,
Yeah.
slightly exasperated. Yeah.
I can't believe the low's been worse than... He's actually been worse than Malacio.
He has. And that was a low bar.
It was one of
You know, man.
the lowest of bars.
He'd do well in limbo.
A little bit more on Bodø Glimt. Producer Ethan's brought
It's bad when Joel's just ignoring me.
he's brought the fact file.
That's how I know.
Oh, that's a good pass.
Yeah.
One second. Let's see if United can get a fourth here. Ahmad.
Bounce.
No.
They
They are north. Bodø is a place just north of the Arctic Circle, and it's a 16-hour drive from Oslo, so it's not anywhere near the
It's
capital.
north of the Arctic Circle.
Yeah,
Shit.
yeah. That's why their season's about to end in about 2 weeks' time, because you don't really
'Cause
do
you'll
a
freeze,
January
yeah.
football match there. Yeah.
Fuck.
The Glimt, which kind of makes sense actually, means flash. I guess like glimmer, and was the club's nickname when it was founded. There you go.
Right, cool. Do they have an export? Like, what are they famous for?
Probably
Ice.
canned fish. Yeah, I don't know. It's a lot of fish and weirdly lager, isn't it? Catch it,
think you
you.
could have caught
Yeah, that was Hollywood save, that, wasn't it?
And he looked, and he looked offside.
That's a
Am I
terrible
am I
haircut.
tripping?
Oh, well done. Yeah, it was offside.
Can look like Ethan.
What's that haircut there, man?
It's a heavy mullet, isn't it? That's that's someone who loves
Billy
watching
Ray Cyrus.
Australian cricket. That
Hey, he's
He's on side, isn't he?
Oh, no, his left foot. I see
it's
it.
very
Yeah.
close. It's not one where I expected the linesman to have his flag up, is it?
Someone's tweeting right now. De Gea would have caught that.
Yeah, that's true.
Can you tell me possession we've had second half? Or
I can do that for you.
discussion about it because it was very different. I don't think we had this much possession in games often.
No.
previously.
71% second half, 76 first half. Actually, fewer in the second half, or less percentage, few percent. 73% total possession for United. Yeah, I mean, in terms of professional football, that's about as much as you can have, really, isn't it? Because without the other team being children or 6 leagues below you, that's as dominant as you're going to get possession-wise.
Yeah.
Shame we couldn't turn it into a couple more goals, which I think we've deserved, actually. I think it's been a good performance, this.
Yeah.
It's limited their number of chances massively. We've made probably half a dozen good chances. I think that's all you can ask for a game of football, really, isn't it?
I don't think you can watch Luke Shaw and not think he's a good footballer.
Yeah.
By the way.
Completely agree.
The problem is you
Annoying.
don't get to watch
Yeah.
much of Luke Shaw.
I don't think you can watch Luke Shaw. You could have ended the sentence there, couldn't you? That's the
Yeah.
problem. Hoyland's been good.
Yeah, man.
Amorim just shouting instructions. Do you think he'll have... This couple of weeks will have been a bit of a shock for him, Amorim? He mentioned about the press, didn't he? Do you think he's... As in, like, how much press he's had to do?
I think the press may have probably been more of a shock than the state of Man United, to be honest with you. I don't think he'll have been under any sort of illusions as to how bad the situation is. He's got a TV.
Yeah. Brilliant from Ugarte
Good
there.
football.
Really good.
It's the last bit in it.
3 minutes.
Ugarte did really well there. He had 2 men round him and he little feints and flicks around the corner and all sorts. He's been really good today, Ugarte. That's shit from Casemiro though. What are you laughing at? Anything good?
I can't repeat that.
Okay. I can't repeat what I've seen. They're going to have a chance here though, Bodø Glimt. Last minute.
Oh,
Handball. You almost caught that. Was it Delo was playing like a...
Okay.
Ah.
And then a word. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Christodulu says, Happy Thanksgiving, Joe. Thank you very much. Happy Thanksgiving to you too.
Oh, Cass.
Let's hope we can feast upon a victory for Manchester United. He's called saltines. Isn't that those little crackers that Americans have with soup? We can't lose to a fucking cracker.
That'd be so United, wouldn't
What?
it?
That was. I don't know what happened there. That was some kind of like I became another person.
Someone clip that.
That was like something from a film, wasn't it? Fucking hell. I mean, I don't mean it in that way. This is a good place for a free kick. This just don't concede this, please.
Amorim's not looking.
Just don't let this in. Why does this always happen? You've just got a good chance to ruin everyone's life. It's good. It's a good save.
Good free kick that. He caught that,
Well
didn't
done, Mazraoui.
No, what
It's a good
clearance.
save that from Onana.
he? He whipped that.
But as soon as he hit it, I thought, he's got a chance,
he
this.
clean
You
hit,
could
wasn't
tell,
it?
couldn't you? Yeah. Go on! Oh, sorry. Go on, man! Go!
Oh, fuck off.
Just let him do it!
Fucking, we're at home. Give us a break.
Well done, Onana, there. I don't know how hard this save was, but he caught it really well.
Sweet,
It's a comfortable save in the end.
Just catch it.
Caught it.
That one, I'll let him off because he hit it with a lot of power. The first one was like floating into his arms and he punched it wide.
20 seconds. Come on, Reds.
Come on. Push up then, push up.
No, playing a back nine there.
I know. He's trying
Delo
to
doing
look-
his
he's
best
looking for
to give a penalty away.
Go. Foul. That's got to be it now, isn't it? Ooh, Roma have equalised against Tottenham. Good to see.
So do we overtake them? Or they're quite ahead of us?
No, they'll still be a point. They'll be a point ahead of us.
Sad times when we're closing ground on Spurs in the second-rate European competition.
These are the days we dreamed of.
How far we done, Phil?
I know.
Yeah, first win under Amorim.
Very good. 3-2. Manchester United with a deserved win there against Bodø Glimt. A good, you know what, overall I'm going to say that was a good performance that from United. What did you think, Scotty?
I think it was. I think the 3-2 flatters Bodø Glimt.
Yeah.
There was a couple of chances at the end and Delo tried his best to help us lose the game. But apart from that, there was massive amounts of positives to look at there. It wasn't our full strength team.
No.
I imagine we'll talk more about it in the review. But we said before the game, is Højlund under the pressure? And we said he is. And he provided 2 goals tonight, and I thought it was a great performance. Lots of positives.
Yeah, Ronnie?
Even when we were 2-1 down, from minute 1 to minute 90, you can clearly see what Amorim is trying to do.
Yeah.
You can see the shape, you can see the patterns of play, you can see what he's trying to do in terms of the man-to-man press out of possession, how aggressive and brave it is. And the teething pains of that is we've been caught out on transition a couple of times with not enough men back, with obviously Malassi being caught out physically, and then there was a brilliant piece of play from them. Their first goal was just a really, really good goal from them.
Yep.
Literally the whole sequence and the finish at the end. So outside of that, I thought we controlled the game, over 70% possession. I think that's 2 games in a row we've been doing that. We can definitely see what the eventual goal is. It's just going to take a bit of time to get there. But I thought that was a really positive performance for me.
Yeah.
And as someone said in the comments earlier, which was correct, United are kind of playing against... It doesn't really matter who we're playing. It seems like United are trying to get results. We're trying to obviously win games, but we're trying to almost mould into our Amorim identity at the moment.
Yeah.
And it's going to take a little bit of trial and error. But today it went well.
Yeah.
In the end.
Completely agree. Really good performance, I think, overall from Man United there. The scoreline didn't really reflect how well we played. We'll be back to analyse everything that happened in that game, go through that piece by piece in the post-match review. And if you stay where you are, you'll be automatically redirected, taken there in just a few minutes. So do stick around. United up to the heady heights of 12th in the Europa League. Thank you very much, Scotty. Thank you, Ronaldo.
Cheers.
Thank you to everyone at home for watching as well. Manchester United 3, Bodø Glimt 2. 2 goals from Højlund. First win under Amorim. Controlling the game. Bit unlucky a little bit as well. Made it a little bit hard for ourselves, but a much deserved win for Manchester United. Stay where you are. Be back very shortly. We'll see you in a bit.